Good afternoon and welcome to Forest Glen Park for another edition of Huntington University Baseball. Today, the Foresters take on St. Francis again, University of St. Francis, in games 3 and 4 of the series. First game last Thursday went to St. Francis at 9-7, and the second game went to Huntington at 15-0. So both teams looking for the opportunity to maybe win the series today. For the Foresters, it'll be right-hander Grant Simmons on the mound, and Simmons is arguably the Foresters' best pitcher over the course of a season. He's 3-0 on the season, leads Huntington in ERA at 2.45, and has really had a good senior year, good grad year, I should say. He's a grad student. So lineup for St. Francis goes like this. Leading off and playing center field, Jake Belchner. Batting second and playing third base, Aiden Lichtensteiger. Batting third is the DH Cole Kentz. Batting fourth at first base is Kaysen Orabello. Batting fifth and catching is Jordan Davis. Batting sixth and playing left field is Owen Zimmerman. Batting seventh and playing right field, Peyton Fulton. Batting eighth and playing second base, Steve Dwyer. And batting ninth at shortstop is Gabe Blanchard. So here we go, stepping into the top of the first inning is number 7, Jack Belchner. First pitch from Simmons is a called strike. I got Pastor Josh Kessler in the booth with me today, and we'll talk about that a little bit as we go. Second pitch looks like a breaking ball down low. The count goes to 1-1. Appreciate him being here.
Pretty excited to share all I know about baseball.
Yeah.
That should take about half an inning.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's on the outside corner for a called strike. Count goes to 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Belchner. That's called strike 3. A little bit late call from the umpire, but we'll learn to live with that. Every umpire has his own way of kind of doing things back there. So called third strike to Belchner. That'll bring up the third baseman, Aiden Lichtensteiger. Lichtensteiger came into the series on Thursday hitting .307, was 1 for 4 on Thursday with a couple of walks. First pitch swung on and fouled straight back. Lichtensteiger leads St. Francis in just about every offensive category coming into the series. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Once again,
He came to swing, didn't he?
fouled straight back, yeah.
He's here to play.
That was a carbon copy. Lichtensteiger's from the home of Nate Perry. Crestview High School, yeah, good program. 1-2 pitch down in the turf, I should say, not dirt. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Aiden Lichtensteiger, one of the better players in the Crossroads League. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's a fastball outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3. So 2 up and 2 strikeouts.
Definitely expect this from Grant. He's been here a lot of years. Just a great guy, great pitcher. He's always just going to be solid on the mound. So to start out with 2 strikeouts is not a shock at all.
He, to his credit, he has really come on the last couple of years after kind of spotty outings his first 2 years, but he has really, really done well. Really happy for him.
Actually, I got to watch him when I did some PA work at the high school. He played for basketball. He's a great basketball player at Homestead.
Yeah. There's a ground ball right side. Willard Fields throws not in time. Throws the ball, and the ball glances off of the netting on the first base dugout. Willard had to range far to his left, was there, but couldn't secure the ball in his glove. So I'm not sure. It looks like they put that down as an error.
I feel like he had a little bit more time than he gave himself.
Yeah.
I think he kind of pushed the panic button when he could have just taken a little bit of a breath and made a nice throw.
So that will bring up first baseman Kaysen Orabello. The ball down low. You know, the rule book says the first hit of every game has to be undoubtedly a hit. If there's any idea about it, then it goes down as an error. So I understand why they would give Willard an error in that situation.
Makes sense. You're certainly not going to be generous with hits for the away team, are you?
No. Hey, we're supposed to be impartial.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we're just announcing the game. So
just call like I see it here, Mike.
I know. The 1-0 pitch to Orabello swung on and missed. Simmons sets. Steps off and throws to first. Kentz is back safely.
Actually, Thad said I could get a free bag of popcorn, so I'm like, I'm in.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's your pay.
That's
your
it.
pay for the day. Simmons set. The 1-1 pitch to Orabello swung on and missed. Strike two. So Simmons is a pitch away from ending the first inning.
Be nice to see him strike out the side here. I'm supposed to be neutral?
It's okay.
Okay.
You can say that. So, and the 1-2 pitch, and that ball's popped straight up. That'll go out of play behind home plate. No, you call it like you see him. So,
yeah, I think he played high school basketball at least 1 year with Foster Lawyer.
Yeah.
And played with Goody.
Yep.
Played for Illinois and then also IU for his grad year.
1-2 pitch. That's popped up on the left side. Reinhardt's is calling for it. And that's the third out of the inning.
Yeah, and that team was fantastic.
So Simmons gives up one base runner, an error on second baseman Willard. So we'll go to the bottom of the first with St. Francis nothing and the Foresters coming to bat. The Foresters are going to hit like this today. Leading off is center fielder Jace Fowler. Fowler comes in hitting .393 on the season, leading the Foresters. Batting second is Owen Willard. Next is the catcher Kiefer Wilson. The DH Cam Clarkson hits fourth. First baseman Zach Pelletier hits fifth. Third baseman Tanner Reinhardt's hits sixth. Left fielder Owen Immel hits seventh. Right fielder Johnny Ankenbruck hits eighth. And batting ninth and playing shortstop, Cade Flores. And the Foresters are going to hit by Mr. Jaden Nubber, who's 1-3 with a 7.11 ERA, does lead St. Francis in innings pitched at 31.2. So Josh is here today because he not a tremendous knowledge of baseball, loves the game, and maybe there'll be things that come up during the course of a game and Josh will go, well, why are they doing that? Or why did they do that? And maybe we can talk through some of those things. Not that I know everything, but there may be folks out there that don't understand some things that go on. So that's why we're going to do this. Josh is a former head soccer coach, assistant soccer coach, resident director, resident assistant when he was here.
I was not a resident assistant as a student. They kept me as far away from that as possible.
That's true. That's true.
Which made it actually tough to get the RD job. They had memories of my times as a student. Some of my favorite memories as a student are being down here with my fellow soccer players. Absolutely. Back then, you could heckle the other team. And in fact, it was encouraged that you would sit behind the dugout there and just give them the business. And they loved it and we loved it. But now it's just it's a different world. You're not allowed to hurt people's feelings. And
first two pitches to Jace Fowler out of the strike zone. As I mentioned, Fowler comes in hitting .393, was 3 for 9 in the first two games on Thursday, hit a home run. There's a pitch fouled straight back.
It was fun being a baseball fan as a student because so many of our soccer players were guys that played both baseball and soccer, and so we were coming down here to watch some of our own teammates, and I think that added a lot of fun. And plus, you know, when it turns out nice in the afternoon and your other option is going to class, there's a baseball game on, I'm going to the baseball game. And
3 balls and 1 strike to Fowler, leading off the bottom of the first. Well, a lot of these student athletes at Huntington go to your church.
Oh, yeah.
So you have a relationship not just with baseball players, but basketball, obviously soccer. And so you know a lot of these guys. Fowler takes ball 4, so he'll go to first base, and that'll bring up second baseman Owen Willard. Willard came into the series on Thursday hitting .371. He was 2 for 8 on the day on Thursday. The lineup is a little bit changed here. Declan Thompson suffered an injury in the game on Thursday and is out for an extended period of time. So Thad's had to move guys around a little bit. Reinhardt's is at third base. Ankenbrock normally plays left field. He's playing some right field. Owen usually hits 5 or 6 in the lineup. He's hitting second today. So moving some guys around. First pitch to Willard is fouled away. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That ball's in the dirt. Blocked by the catcher, Davis. So 1 ball and 1 strike. I gotta quit saying in the dirt. It's in the turf.
In the turf now.
Yes, I gotta quit doing that.
Turf is nice. Boy,
yeah, it really is. Well, it's probably the reason why we're definitely playing today.
Oh yeah, I remember those. I mean, you probably had more frustration than anybody. Back before there was a weather app, if I wanted to know what it was going to be like for the next week, I called Mike Frame because he was monitoring. I think he was a part-time or at least a hobbyist meteorologist. And you always knew what was going to happen. You always knew when it was going to get a break in the rain. And kind of nice now, just pop open the phone and have a look.
2 balls and 1 strike to Willard. Fowler at first, bottom of the second inning. Fowler looked like he might be leaning there a little bit. Got back safely.
Then after all the work that was done when they put the turf in here, just changing the configuration of the outfield too, the water used to just sit out there, and it's really a remarkable place to play ball now.
2-1 pitch to Willard, check swing, foul ball. So the count will go to 2-2. Fowler will go back to first base. He was on the run there, or on the move there. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Owen Willard. Well, the thing that hurt the grass today, I was supposed to mow the grass, but it was the frost.
Oh yeah.
You know, you got to stay off of it. There's a breaking ball outside. Boy, that pitch was right there. We don't have our center field camera today. We've had some issues with a cut in the line in center field, so we're going to have to get that worked on so we don't have that center field look.
Was it the guy that mows the place?
Could be
him?
Yeah, the guy that mows the place is the guy that announces home games.
It's crazy.
So, you know.
This is the welcome to the NAIA.
A little bit of everything.
You need it done, do it.
Exactly. We'll see if Fowler's on the move here. Nope. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and that's fouled off by Willard over the first base bleachers.
It's funny. My father actually was a member of the first soccer team at
Oh.
Huntington College back in the 60s. And they played their soccer games down
Yep.
here. I have no idea how things were configured to make that happen, but
Yeah.
it's soccer down here.
3-2, swung on and missed by Willard. Throw to first, not in time to get Fowler. So that's one out.
How would you say, Mike, I would say from my 30-plus years, 1988, walking in the doors of Huntington University, the student-athlete these guys are massive.
Yeah.
They're bigger than the guys that I went to school with. Tell me I'm not just seeing something.
There's a ball in the dirt. Fowler's going to move up to second base. No, I think, especially in the game of baseball, and there are probably other sports the same way. You know, it used to be that if you played football, you lifted.
Yeah.
But now if you play a sport, you lift, right? You're in the weight room. And I said this earlier this season, and there was a mom that wasn't happy when I said it, but these guys have backsides now.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you get when you're in the weight room. And that's a sign of strength.
That's a measurement they take at the combines.
Yeah.
I mean, it's genuinely. I mean, you're just working so many things. That core, the trunk of an athlete is really where all the power is generated from, regardless of what sport you're in. To have a strong core from the chest to the knees is just.
1-1 pitch to Wilson is in the dirt. Takes the count to 2-1.
When coaching 13 years with the soccer program here, we had a different kind of lifting. We definitely wanted our guys to lift, but we had some guys in the off season. They would do the beach workout. They'd be training for spring break and get too big. And it just changed their physique enough that it changed their game. There we go.
There's a 2-1 pitch. That's lined into left
score
center
one.
field. That's going to score Willard. Keeper will stop at first base. So the Foresters score the first run of the game on an RBI single by Kiefer Wilson. Now Parker Richards will run for the catcher Wilson. You know, one of the things I like about you watch these guys, Josh, first time through, even if they make it out, they're sharing information with the next hitter. And I think that's a sign of maturity.
Yeah,
You know, it used to be that guys would lift, and I had a scout tell me one time, you know, the body that looks good on the beach doesn't function on the baseball field. And, boy, he was exactly right.
Mm-hmm. That's always I've
First pitch to Clarkson.
definitely known that to be true. That was
First pitch is outside for a ball. Clarkson come into the series hitting .370. He was 3 for 5 on Thursday with 2 walks. Step off, throw to first.
this lineup is tough too. I mean, you got guys. Who are you going to pitch around?
Yeah.
Cam is he can turn on one quick.
Especially when Ankenbrock gets going. I mean, he was the best offensive player I saw in the fall on this team. And the 1-0 pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. You know, the other day, the St. Francis pitchers, it was just away to every hitter. And I'm curious if that was something that Huntington talked about at practice yesterday, just in terms of how they're going to pitch him. Richards off and running. Clarkson fouls the ball over the third base dugout. So the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Just got a text from Preston Husband. He misses being here. I know that for a fact, and I'm giving him a shout out.
Tell Preston no Speedos on the beach. So
he's enjoying that. I'll tell you what, man. If you want to see a cute kid, Preston's little girl, she is adorable. And so
1-2 pitch high and outside for ball 2. So the count evens at 2-2 on the left-handed hitting DH for Huntington, Cam Clarkson.
I think Preston, with that little girl, he has the same gratitude that you and I have. Thank goodness for good-looking spouses.
Yeah, there you go. We both married way over our head.
I always regularly thank God for low self-esteem days.
Yep. So Clarkson looking to guard the plate here with 2 strikes. There's a ball that's down. Richard steals second base. So that takes the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes on the left-handed hitting power plant. Good to see Cam's dad here at the game today. A little bummed that Louisville got beat, but the Louisville girls are still playing. So there's a ball hit, line drive up the middle.
Look at that.
Really good base running by Richard. He had to stop and make sure that ball wasn't caught, and then he comes in to score. Clarkson hit that ball right on the screws, and so that brings in the second run of the game. Richard scores from second base. First baseman Zach Pelletier is up. Zach came into the series hitting .357. He was 1 for 5 on Thursday. Did have 3 walks and got hit by a pitch one time.
Yeah, everything I learned about baseball, as you were saying, working with these guys from between the years of 2012 and 2017, we went with several members of the baseball team to Nicaragua.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot about baseball. The thing that I learned, I think, the most was how social the game is as a team. And, one of the teams are always so close-knit. And I never understood why until I realized half the game you're in a dugout together, talking, laughing, bonding. And so there's a bonding that happens in baseball that until I went down and spent time with the baseball players down there, I had no idea how much that happens in the dugout. It was a lot of fun.
Pelletier takes a 2-0 pitch low for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to Pelletier. How many guys did you baptize down there?
Boy, it was kind of fun. I remember one year the waves were so big, we were having to baptize them in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, throw them back underwater, and the wave would throw them out. We had guys catching them as they were coming in.
Well, and there's ball 4 to Pelletier.
Had one of our soccer players that we took with us, and I took him down there, and he wasn't a Christian when we left, but he was a Christian when he came home. He in the water. I remember asking if anybody else wanted to be baptized, and he stepped forward, and I said, "You know what you're doing?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, "All right, let's baptize you,
That's
my friend."
awesome.
It was fantastic.
Well, timeout on the field as the St. Francis, I assume this is the pitching coach, goes to the mound to talk to young Jaden Newber. And Foresters have 2 men on, 1 out. Clarkson's at second base after an RBI single. And Pelletier is at first base after walking on 4 pitches. So that's going to bring up third baseman Tanner Reinhardt's. Tanner Reinhardt's moving to third base with the injury to Declan Thompson. And that's where he played in high school, I believe. Played some infield, but he's played primarily right field for the Foresters. And I'll tell you the thing to look forward to with this guy, he can run it up there on the mound. So they're not going to throw him this year because he's had some injury issues, but he can really throw it.
So, Mike, how's this kid throwing? I don't know enough, but I don't feel like he's throwing bad. I just feel like our guys are finding the ball. Is that on him, or is that on our guys playing well?
I think it's probably a little bit of both. He's left some pitches up in the strike zone. Certainly the ball that Clarkson hit was up in the strike zone. There's called strike on a fastball inside, so the count goes to 0-2. You always want the pitcher to throw strikes after you go to the mound. Mm-hmm. It makes you look good.
Yeah.
So Reinhardt's is in a hole 0-2.
Because I'm not surprised he's leading in innings pitched, just because he's pretty solid. I mean,
there's a fastball in the dirt. Nice play by Davis to go out and knock that down. So Reinhardt's comes into the series hitting .309, 9 home runs, 31 RBI. There's a ball fouled off to the third base dugout. He's really at his best, Josh, when he looks to hit the ball the other way with 2 strikes. Stay inside the ball, let the ball get deep on him. And he's done that several times. Several of his home runs are to right field.
Seen a lot of balls get some help with the wind down here at Forest Glen, but not today. We got flags are moving a little bit out there in center field, but they're not moving much. You're going to have to do the work.
So Reinhardt strikes out on a breaking pitch down. That's the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up left fielder Owen Immel. Owen came into the series hitting .500. He was 3 for 6 on Thursday with a home run. As we mentioned, he's kind of battled an injury that's kept him out of the lineup consistently up until now, but the young man can hit. So first pitch is a fastball, swung on and missed.
Now, I haven't been here in a couple weeks, but this is where I'm ignorant. You can tell me if I know the difference, but I feel like Thad's got his batters, or Coach Frame's got his batters more aggressive in this game than I've seen them. It feels like they're coming out swinging. More guys are coming out swinging than I've seen in recent years or in recent games. But that was several weeks ago when I was down here. The last nice day is when.
There's a fastball on the outside corner. The count goes to 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on it, hit into left field. Left fielder's going back. It's got a bead on it. Makes the catch to end the inning. Immel hit that ball pretty sharply. And to be honest with you, left field, that area from where he caught the ball over to the foul line, that's the wettest part of the field. Sun doesn't get in there, and so he may have been battling the elements a little bit in terms of the field out there to make that catch. So a nice play. Foresters get on the board with 2 runs and take the lead here as we go to the top of the second. And for the Cougars in the top of the second will be Davis, Zimmerman, and Fulton scheduled to be up. You know, I think some of the aggressiveness, it depends on the scouting report, you know, and I haven't looked at his stats beyond, you know, what his innings pitched. I haven't had a chance to do that. But if he has demonstrated that he's going to be around the plate, then you go up there and you're a little more aggressive. If he's demonstrated that he's really struggling throwing the ball over the plate, and he doesn't have a specific pitch to get you out on, meaning he doesn't have a great fastball or he doesn't have a great slider, then you don't have to hit early. You know, you can take some pitches, and so I think this group is really good about just concentrate and have a good at bat. And if they walk, they walk. We'll leave it to the next guy. And I think that's the sign of a mature team that can do that. And as I mentioned earlier, they're sharing information. You know, as they have an at bat, you see them coming back to the dugout, sharing some information.
So what kind of stuff would they say if they're walking over?
Just sharp breaking ball. The ball's moving this way. You know, whatever it may be. First 2 pitches to Davis, the catcher, called strikes. Just any information that can help you as a hitter. So Simmons comes out, fastball away. Count goes to 1-2. This is a situation where Thad talks about shutdown inning. We've scored. Let's get them out quickly, get back in the dugout. So Simmons with the 1-2 pitch, and that's a breaking ball outside. The count evens at 2-2.
Man, blue skies, what a day.
Yeah.
Tiny bit chilly if you're sitting outside, but, man, beautiful.
2-2 pitch.
Did not go.
Check swing did not go. Looked like it was close to being a called strike.
It was a good pitch.
So Davis gets back in the count, moves it to 3-2 after an 0-2 start. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and that ball is down in the dirt, and just not what you want there. You've just scored. You don't want to walk the leadoff guy. And so we have a courtesy runner at first base. Looking for a number on this young man. not sure. It might be A.J. Patton that's running
can't
at
tell
first
from
base
here.
for the catcher.
No numbers on the front.
Yep. A.J. Patton at first base. Owen Zimmerman came in hitting 206 on the season, was 1 for 3 on Thursday's first game. Simmons steps off, throws to first. Patton is back safely.
It's kind of nice that Foresters coming into this series ranked number 16. That's the best ranking we've seen. And wow, I think we were up as much as 10, as high as 10 this year, were we not?
There's a couple different rankings. The NAIA ranking, there's a ball. Count goes to 1-1. The NAIA rankings have it at 16. It was interesting. They were 24th, and they split with Taylor. They jumped all the way to 16.
Yeah.
So that's kind of respect for Huntington and respect for Taylor. Patton running at first base. There's a throw.
Oh, got to hang on to that. But
Looked like he was going to call him out, but Flores dropped the ball. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Zimmerman.
I think it kind of took a late hop, threw him off there.
There's 1 ball, 2 strikes, ground ball to second. That's a good piece of hitting. Willard throws to first for the first out of the inning, but Zimmerman able to advance Peyton to third base.
This is where I'm also ignorant, Mike. I'm going to ask you this question. Was there like a rash of broken fingers that these oven mitts, that these base runners wear? I mean, do they make a difference? What do they, I don't, the vast majority of baseball has been played without an oven mitt, and now suddenly everyone has to have one.
I don't ever remember having somebody that broke a finger doing that. Now, I don't know if Thompson wore one yesterday. I guess I'm not supposed to talk about his specific injury, but I don't know if he had one on or not. Huntington infield halfway.
So we're looking bunt then? Is that?
No, what they're doing is if the ball's hit sharply at them and the runner goes at third, they'll have a play at the plate. If the ball's not, then they'll just get the out at first base. And typically maybe do that down in the order a little bit. There's called strike 2.
That's a nice pitch right there.
Maybe guys that have not demonstrated the ability to drive the baseball yet. So they're just looking to put the ball in play here. That would be my guess.
It is crazy how much analytics drives at every level of sport now. Just knowing.
He got him picked off. He's out.
Got him.
Wow, what a great move. What a great move.
He forgot all about that walk, didn't he?
Simmons runs the pick at third base. They pick off Fulton. And now there are 2 outs and 1 strike away from getting out of the inning with no runs scored.
Infield back now, huh?
Yep, infield back. There's a ball that's down. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Boy, this time of day it's tough to see the scoreboard.
Oh yeah.
With the angle of the sun. 2-2 pitch here. There's a ball, check swing to third.
Might be time to paint that a new shade of green in the off season. Maybe it'll pop a little bit more. I don't know. It just got a lot of years on it.
Yeah, you can't even probably need the neon numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the LED at the softball field looked fantastic.
But you can't even change that anymore.
No.
There's a pop-up right side. Willard has it for the third out.
Yeah, the pitch clock with that, I mean, you got to go digital like the pitch clock. That shines.
Yeah.
Well, that was good. Good for the Foresters to kind of got a runner in scoring position.
The best person I ever seen that run that pick at third base was Derek McKinney. Do you remember Derek?
Oh, yeah. I love Derek. Derek went to Nicaragua with us.
Derek would, at alumni games, Derek would balk somebody from second to third just so he could pick them off. My good friend Sam Riggleman, who coached at Bethel and Spring Arbor and Dallas Baptist and a couple other places, his team, if somebody got a triple during the inning, before they pitched, the next play they ran a pick at third base. It was just automatic.
Oh yeah,
he didn't even put it on, and so they got a lot of runners with that. So we'll go to the bottom of the second inning, and Johnny Ankenbrook will lead off, followed by Cade Flores, and then back to the top of the order for Jace Fowler. I'm really excited to see the type of year Jace is having. If you know Jace, he marches to the beat of a different drum, which is okay. But he's had a really, really good year. So,
yeah, I haven't had a chance to get to know this team as much as I've gotten to know some teams in the past. It's I love that Jamar Weaver is an assistant coach.
Yep.
Langston Ginder, and then those guys are, when you raise up your own, I mean, they're a product of Huntington University baseball, and they're fantastic. And we also, knocking it out of the park with Mike Mockma.
Yeah.
Not just because he's a Spartan. That helps.
First pitch to Ankenbrock is down low, ball one.
I still love the story.
1-0 pitch, swung on and fouled back.
That I don't know if Jamar or if Mike Mockma found his file that Mike wanted to come here out of high school and play basketball and baseball. Thad ignored him.
Thad didn't contact him.
So he's like, okay, I'll go to Michigan State, have 4 good years, and get drafted.
That's right.
And
1-1 pitch is taken for a called strike on the outside corner to Johnny. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, there's a ground ball to shortstop. Fielded by Blanchard, throws to first. 1 out. That'll bring up Cade Flores. Flores comes into the series hitting .307 and was 3 for 8 on Thursday.
wow.
I can imagine Mike would be tough to move around under the basket.
Oh,
he's a big boy.
he's a big fella. He's such a nice guy too. He just fits with the program.
Yeah.
He seems like an alum. He fell in love with Forster baseball right away, and it's been watching him grow as a coach. I think he loves it here.
Yeah.
We hope he stays for a long time.
1-1 to count on Cade Flores. Hitting out of the 9-hole today. On deck is leadoff man Jace Fowler. There's a ball outside. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Bottom of the second inning, Huntington leading 2-0. There's a fastball right there. Cade takes it for strike 2.
That would be a hard pitch to swing at. That's a good spot.
Got in on him a little bit. 2 balls and 2 strikes. High and outside, ball 3. So the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes to Cade Flores, hitting with 1 out here in the bottom of the second.
I'm not just saying it because they're all sitting beside us, but our live stream at Huntington University is fantastic. It's the best. In every sport.
These guys it really is. These guys do a great job, and even on breaks, there's always people down here, and my man's got his Bass Pro Shop hat on today, so looking for a place to throw a line in the water.
Yeah.
So back to the top of the order. Fowler walked his first time up. Flores is at first base after walking. Fowler takes a fastball in the outside corner. Strike one.
It breaks down when you get to the microphone as far as quality.
That's true. That's true. 1 ball, no strikes. Number turns and throws to first. Drives Flores back. Once again, throws to first. There goes.
He's got wheels.
He's got really good jump. Excuse me. There goes Fowler. And stolen base. I was looking on the stat sheet trying to figure out how many stolen bases he has. Parker Richard leads the team with 13. Forrest came in today with 8. So that would be his 9th unless I missed one on Thursday. So runner at second base with 1 out. Jace Fowler hits a line drive to center field, right at the center fielder. Makes a nice read. Goes over and catches the ball in right center field. I thought that ball was going to go through and to the fence.
He handled that pretty routinely. I thought it was definitely going to be extra bases. And great play by the center fielder. Yep. He got the perfect jump on it.
So 2 outs, and that'll bring second baseman Owen Willard to the plate. Willard struck out his first time. Flores still at second base with 2 outs now. Willard hits a ground ball to third, fielded by Lichtensteiger, throws to first, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. So the Foresters will strand Flores at second base, and we will move to the top of the 3rd with Huntington up 2-0. Just a reminder that the Foresters will be back in action on Thursday when they host Goshen College, playing Thursday instead of Good Friday. So that will be a 3 o'clock start, I believe. Take a look at the website and check me on that. Games 1 and 2 will be Thursday, and games 3 and 4 will be Saturday. Now, there is the possibility of moving Thursday to Friday if there's a weather situation. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned with the website and stay up to date on that. So Foresters come in today in second place in the Crossroads League, tied with Marion, but Huntington owns the tiebreaker in that situation. So Marion is playing Indiana Wesleyan again today. They split on Thursday. So Taylor is in first place. They were playing Bethel, but I don't know what happened with that. I guess I can look on my phone here between innings.
Trying to pull up our live stream. I see Steve Lee is watching. He's if there's a Hall of Fame for Forester fans over the years, Steve and Twyla are in the Hall of Fame. You remember the Bradys as well, Charles and Doris Brady, until they passed a few years ago in their 90s. They pretty much made every Forester athletic event that was happening on campus. And
first pitch to Steve Dreyer is down low. There's a pitch for a called strike. Dreyer's playing second base today. Made an appearance in the series on Thursday off the bench. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to shortstop, and that's going to be booted by Cade Flores. So Dreyer reaches on the air by Cade Flores at second base, and that'll bring up Gabe Blanchard.
That's the turf really takes out the bad bounce, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's just That's just a routine play that needs to be made. I realize you're not going to make them all. I understand that, but especially leading off the inning, there's a fastball up high. Blanchard squares to bunt. So Reinhardt's is charging at third.
It's like Taylor lost to Bethel. Jonathan Baker let us know that.
Wow. Squares to bunt, and that ball must be down low. We have a bad angle in terms of seeing what's high and what's low here. So 2 balls and no strikes. Throw to first.
It's like Jonathan Baker told us that Taylor lost to Bethel. I don't know that this is true. It says this on here, 32-0.
No, that's not right.
That's got to be wrong. So
That's got to be wrong.
not going to lie, I'm sure hope it's
2-0
right.
pitch. That's going to be a base hit. Bunt the ball to first base, and Simmons is late getting over, so that's a bunt single. So St. Francis is business here in the top of the third inning. First 2 men on, and now they go back to their leadoff hitter. This is Jack Beltzner. Beltzner struck out his first time up, leading off the game. We'll see what St. Francis does here. Beltzner's going to swing away. Swings through a fastball. So that's strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. There's a ball fouled off to the right side. I'm a little surprised that they're not bunting in this situation. Certainly Coach Butcher knows his team a lot better than I do. So no balls and 2 strikes to Beltzner. That ball's fouled off the right side.
What would a bunt would just worst case scenario, 0 outs, you put runners into scoring position? Is that?
Yeah, and you have your best offensive player on deck. Lichtensteiger is their best hitter, at least from what I've seen statistically. So there's a ground ball to third. Throw to second for 1. No play at first base. So they get the force out at second. Dreyer moves from second to third. Beltzner is on at first base. 1 out.
Pretty headsy for him to not try and turn that to first. That would have been it was already gone by the time he could have made that play.
Well, in that situation, if it's not a double play ball, you fake to first and look to third. Sometimes that runner at third overruns the play. There's a line drive into left field. That's a base hit. That'll score a run. St. Francis is on the board. So the error on the shortstop Flores to lead off the inning comes back to haunt them. And the St. Francis cuts the deficit from 2 runs to 1 run on an RBI single by Lichtensteiger.
Looks like we got 85 viewers today. That's a pretty good number.
Wow.
People are in the mood for Forester baseball. A lot of times you got multiple people on each screen. So welcome to those of you out there in Forester and Cougar Nation for joining us here today.
Cole Kentz is up to hit. There's a line drive hit into left field. That's right at the left fielder. Boy, he hit that ball hard. That's the hardest hit ball of the game, either side. But Owen Immel does a nice job of tracking that down. So 2 outs. Still runners at first and second. And that'll bring up Kaysen Orabello. Orabello hit a pop-up to shortstop his first time up. There's a fastball up high, ball 1. Orabello looking for his first hit of the series.
Nice for us to get this out. Limit the damage.
There's a changeup that Orabello swings over the top of. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, I think this is a big out, in the game right now.
In your years of experience, Mike, how often does that that leadoff error, somebody getting on base with error, how much does that end up being a factor, or is it just?
Well, I know a walk. Somebody leads off the game with a walk, or inning with a walk. About 75% of the time, that guy scores.
Wow.
So I would think it would be the same with a leadoff error. There's a ball that's popped up by Orabello. That's in the sun and caught by Flores. And we know what issues Huntington had with the sun on Thursday. So it's good to get out of that inning with only 1 run scored. So as a coach, I would always talk to our players about we got to answer runs, okay, and we got to hold them or shut them down when we score. Baseball's not a game of tremendous momentum. It's a game of execution. But still, you want to match that run that they've scored. So in this situation, Huntington's looking to answer that run or get that run back.
Come out aggressive.
Got some guys coming up that can swing it a little bit.
Feels like, in years past, I would remember that there would often be lulls in the batting average or in the batting lineup, and I don't feel like there's many lulls in the Forester lineup this year. I feel like every guy can make contact and they can score some runs when everything seems to be working right for them.
Well, they got 3 guys in the lineup that have 9 home runs. One of them has 10 home runs.
Wow.
And it's not even including Clarkson, who hasn't really had a lot of power yet this season. He's got 3. But, I think you're right. There's nobody in the lineup today that's not hitting at least 300. So they've done a good job of, swinging the bat so far this season.
And all credit, as that's why I was mentioning this pitcher. I didn't think he was throwing particularly poorly. He seems to have settled in and has really handled himself well, and he's pitching some good baseball.
Well, I think he's trying to change speeds. He's trying to hit spots, and so Kiefer Wilson to lead off the inning for the Foresters takes a pitch down in the turf. Ball 1. Wilson had an RBI single his first time up. Hit a ball into left field that scored Jace Fowler. As we mentioned on Thursday, Wilson is the reigning Crossroads League Offensive Player of the Week for his series against Bethel. Hit 600, drove in 11 runs, hit 4 home runs. So had a really good series up at Bethel.
Yeah,
there's ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to Wilson.
Looks like Taylor is up 2-0 versus Bethel right now.
Okay. 3-0 pitch almost hits Wilson, but that'll be ball 4. He'll take his base.
All right, Mike, we're going to check your stats here now. See if he gets across.
Parker Richard will come in to run for Kiefer. Parker looking for his, I believe, if he runs his 15th walk or 15th stolen base of the season. Parker ran some track this year. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he did. He did. Kudos to Thad for letting him do that. I don't know if the previous coach would have let that happen. But
well, I remember Forester soccer player and baseball player.
There's a throw to first. That's a wild pickoff move, and that goes down the right field line. Parker's going to go to third base, and Thad's going to have to stop him there because he had intents on rounding third and heading home. So that'll be an E1 on the pitcher, allow Richards to go from first to third. And Cam Clarkson is looking to drive in a run here, another run here. Clarkson had an RBI single his first time up.
As I was saying, Cam Dice would have run track if we would have let him,
Yeah.
and he probably would have been done just fine. That guy was a specimen. I don't just say that because he's my kinfolk, but he was a very unique individual and athlete here at Huntington.
There's a strike to Clarkson. No balls and one strike. I saw the first baseman start to head in, like to play in with Clarkson, and it looked like he had that look on his eye like, I don't really want to do this. Fly ball to left field. That will score Richards. RBI single for Clarkson. So the Foresters do indeed get that run back that they gave up in the top of the inning. So that's 3-2, 2 outs, nobody on base. And that will bring Zach Pelletier to the plate.
Back to your point about that leadoff walk.
Yeah. So Pelletier walked his first time up.
Sure, this pitcher's family, if they're watching, is like, don't compliment him. He was doing just fine until you said something.
He's done a good job. Ball down low, 2 balls and no strikes. Looks like St. Francis has got somebody maybe beginning to stretch in the bullpen. Two-zero pitch called strike.
That's a good pitch. He likes that one. He feels pretty confident with it. Went for a ball a minute ago. It was just a little low, but
2 balls and 1 strike to Foresters first baseman Zach Pelletier. There's a ball fouled off the right side. Hits the tree behind the first base dugout that had saved us dozens of baseballs. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Zach Pelletier, hitting with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. There's a called strike 3. So that's the second out of the inning.
Still remember when I realized how big these guys are several years ago. One of the times we were in Nicaragua, we were visiting in a town we hadn't been in before, and the guys wanted to go out and walk around and visit and look around. And so I asked at the hostel where we were staying, I asked the guy working the front desk, are there any places that we should avoid because they're dangerous? And he looked straight up at the guys standing around me who were all 6'3", 6'4", and plus, and said, no one in this town is going to mess with any of these guys.
Second pitch to Tanner Reinhardt's is a ball. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Reinhardt struck out his first time up. Kid's going to be a special player. There's a ball down low. 3 balls and no strikes to Tanner Reinhardt's. 2 balls and 1 strike to Tanner Reinhardt's.
This kid's just
the
a
guy
freshman,
needs to pay attention here. This guy sitting here needs to pay attention. So, just a freshman. Yep. There's a ball hit off the hands into center field. Center fielder comes in, cannot make the play. So that'll be a base hit for Reinhardt's. That's a tough play.
That is.
Center fielder, ball hit right at you.
And it's hit such a strange spot that
Yeah.
it just you couldn't tell if it was coming with pace. You couldn't tell if it was going to die.
That's an area out there too that I haven't walked out there, but they did some work on center field and left field this summer to work on the drainage a little bit. So I know that that area could still be wet. That brings up Owen Immel. Immel hit a fly ball to center field his first time up. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Immel hit it pretty hard. Left fielder made a nice play tracking it down. 2 outs. Reinhardt's at first base. There's the 1-0 pitch, ball in the dirt. Reinhardt's thought about going, but held up. Forsters have scored in the inning to get the run back that they gave up in the top of the inning and are ahead 3-1.
Yeah, Reinert's is from Rochester. Is that where the Bowers brothers are from?
Yeah.
Rochester? Do they any connection? Did you know them at all? Have they
No, I don't know. I know that 2 balls and 1 strike. I know that Reinhardt's brother played at Grace, so just graduated last year.
Mitch and Mark
Mitch and Mark, yep. There's a ball hit down the left field line, and I think Huntington's barking a little bit that pitcher's not stopping in the stretch. So,
kind of thing I would never even recognize. So,
well, he's got to come set. He's got to pause, and sometimes, there's a good pause. Sometimes the pitcher, flies through that a little bit. There's a ground ball, base hit to left field. Reinhardt's to second base. Immel continues to swing a hot bat. So 2 outs. And that will bring up Johnny Ankenbrook. Ankenbrook hit a ground ball to shortstop his first time up. Young man from Homestead High School in Fort Wayne. First pitch, fastball inside. First committed to go to Purdue Fort Wayne, and then when Purdue Fort Wayne canceled their baseball and softball programs, Johnny transferred here. He had visited here. I guess he didn't transfer here. He came here. There's a ball hit hard into left field. That's right at the left fielder.
Another unfortunate casualty of NIL. At basketball teams and other sports where they want to generate revenue and revenue sharing with their athletes, that they can't afford to carry other sports now, and so it's a financial decision, and it's unfortunate.
Well, they play in a league that's a lot of travel involved in the league, and I know Johnny wanted to try to play Division I, and I get that. I think we're just fortunate to have him here. As I mentioned to you, as I sat down here in the fall and watched practice and scrimmages, and I thought he was the best player they had, and they kind of went into the season thinking they were going to rotate Johnny, Kiefer, and Zach behind the plate, first base and left field. That's kind of what they were thinking. But Kiefer's caught almost every inning so far, and Zach has been playing first base. So
it's about the biggest catcher I've seen here in a while.
He is. But I think moving forward, next year you're going to see Johnny behind the plate, maybe as their number 1 catcher. So
it's nice to have such versatility with the players.
Yeah, and they had 2 catchers on the roster that decided not to stay in school. So one was Cohen Hetty from Warsaw, who got a job as a fireman, which is what he wanted to do when he left school.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And then Michael Slayball decided not to come back. Okay, number 14, Jordan Davis leads off here in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch is a ball. Second pitch is hit
what a play.
Right back to the pitcher.
Wow.
That's a nice play. I thought that went through. So ball hit right to the pitcher's left as he threw the ball, stuck his glove down, and found it. So
I think he would tell you he saw it all the way in.
Yeah. That brings up Owen Zimmerman, who hit a ground ball to second his first time up.
Now, as a pitcher, after a play like that, you got that adrenaline flowing. I mean, do you have to settle yourself down after that, or you just ride that wave, keep throwing hard?
Yeah, I just think you stay
That's a nice
in
pitch.
what you're doing.
A little high?
So, yeah.
Grant disagrees with that ball.
So 2 balls and no strikes to Owen Zimmerman. There's a line drive hit right at Owen Willard at second base.
Wow.
Made a nice play. It was kind of a looping line drive. Wasn't hit tremendously hard, but it looked like it was ticketed for center field.
Those find their way,
yeah,
don't they?
Owens roams to his right, times a little bit of a jump, and that's the second out of the inning.
Looks like we have 88 people on right now. I haven't been able to follow on the chat because I'm old.
You're old.
I am. Can't figure out how to read. Just have the 2 showing up. I am technologically disadvantaged.
This brings up Peyton Fulton, playing right field today. Hit a fly ball to second base his first time up. Fulton having a conversation with head coach Dustin Butcher. I'm not sure what that was all about, but first pitch is high, I guess. Oh.
2 out, showing bunt here. Mike, help me understand. Is that just a...
I'm not really sure. If you're going to bunt for a hit, you show late. You don't show that early. That would be my thought. So 1-1 pitch down low, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. That is a small strike zone, Josh.
Said Grant shaking his head, maybe
Small
not agreeing.
strike zone. There's another ball, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike.
I feel like that small strike zone is unique to this at bat. I don't feel like it's been that small.
3 balls and 1 strike. There's a pitch taken for a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So now Simmons got to see how far he can hit it. Just give it to him and see what happens. It's a good pitch. Good job. Ground ball to short.
Well
Flores
played.
up. Throws to first. See, that's a good job by Grant. He you got to make sure that young man hits. So that's a good job. When do you want to be on here? Okay. What? He's not around. That's why I've got to do it. So. Me. Oh, Josh is just doing this game. Then we're going to go to Joey Butts. So. I'm not on, am I? Am I on? I'm not on, am I? I'm not on, am I? Bottom of the 4th inning, Coach Frame is still trying to figure out the mute button up here in the press box. So I think we've got it figured out now.
I hope Mrs. Frame doesn't find that mute button.
I know. Here's Cade Flores leading off bottom of the fourth inning. Takes a fastball for a strike.
Looks like we got a new pitcher for St. Francis.
Looks like it, doesn't it? You have a number for this guy? Flores walked his first time up. There's a fastball inside. Anybody see a number on this guy? 23. 1-1 pitch to Flores. That's grounded weakly to first base. First baseman fields it, steps on the bag. That's the first out of the inning.
I think I'm going to send this tape to one of my old high school classmates. Well, he was a few years ahead of me, John Smoltz. I hear he does a few games.
Yeah.
See if he wanted to pick up any pointers from me. I can pass along some advice for him. He was John Smoltz was a tremendous high school basketball player as well. I find that most of these guys, these athletes, they are fantastic at every sport they attempt.
First pitch to Jace Fowler is a fastball inside, moves him off the plate. Ooh. There's a ball that's turned on and hit way foul.
Just a little bit ahead on that one.
So I'll take the count to 1 strike. Fowler has walked, hit a line drive to center field. Center fielder made a nice play on it last time up. There's a changeup. Nice pitch.
Let's just say he was not looking change on that one, was he?
Fowler swung over the top of it. 1 strikes. There's a called strike 3 on a check swing, which, boy, I wish we had replay. I'd like to see that. But anyway, strike 3 called out. 2 outs in the inning quickly, and that'll bring up Owen Willard. I can't find any stats for this pitcher. First pitch is fouled off. This is Andrew Zellers. Okay. He's 1-1 with a 6.75 ERA. My fault. So fastball out off the outside corner, ball 1.
How long will it take the batters to adjust to the new pitcher?
Well, certainly the second time through you begin to adjust. That's why it's important that these guys share information. Looks like he's got a little bit of a giddy up on his fastball. There's a breaking ball off the outside corner for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Both pitchers have been wanting that call, and he's consistent. Not giving either one.
Two balls and 1 strike to second baseman Owen Willard. Here's a ground ball hit sharply beyond the third base dugout. Willard has struck out and grounded out. And he is in a 2-strike hole here.
Got to give Thad a hard time. I'm looking for my wife's advertisement out there.
Well,
not seeing it. That's outside, boys.
Yeah, we can't really see where that's at. St. Francis players wanted it. The St. Francis fans wanted it. But the guy that's opinion matters the most is behind the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Owen Willard. And there's a ball way high and outside. Ball 4 goes to the backstop.
I don't think he's going to argue that one.
In the words of Bob Euchre, just a little bit high. So you didn't laugh at that, did you? What? So that brings up Kiefer Wilson. Wilson has got a base hit, drove in a run, and walked his last time up. There's a ball in the dirt, bounces away from the catcher. Willard goes to second.
Has Kiefer been here all 4 years? He's a senior listed.
No, this is his first year.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. We recruited him out of high school, and he went to Oakland City College down in southern Indiana. They went to the World Series last year.
Wow.
But he had eligibility to go back, but he just didn't. So 2 balls and no strikes now to Kiefer Wilson. You know, Thad picked up him, Owen Willard, and one of the relief pitchers, the guy that closes games, Dylan Agel, in mid to late August.
Wow.
And those guys have just been great, great additions to the program.
What do we got here, Coach?
Well, you can't pitch unless the hitter looks up at you. It's a safety issue.
Oh, all right.
So wait. Now he can pitch. So
another rule I was unaware of.
yeah, it's just lately, just this year or last year maybe, it's come in. So
that's that same pitch that he's not been giving.
Yeah. There's a ball that's high. That ball looks like it's real close to being a strike. Wilson walks.
Yeah, the pitcher disagrees with it, and I don't know that I disagree with him.
I would agree wholeheartedly. So Parker Richard back to run for Kiefer. And that'll bring up the DH, number 12, Cam Clarkson. 2 outs. Olin Willard at second base. I think the umpire's hearing it from the dugout and has just said, hey, that's enough. Willard at second base.
There's a nice bike path out there above right field that you see people pedaling down it. I'd like to see Cam put one on that bike path.
So Willard's at second, Richards at first, 2 outs. Cam Clarkson up to the plate. Time here as the catcher goes to the mound to talk to Zellers.
Cam is a nice guy. Being able to do PA for basketball games this year.
There's a swing and a miss.
Getting to know
Catcher
him better.
fakes to throw to first, but there's nobody there. No defensive player there. Yeah, Cam's a solid young man. That's a strike on a check swing. 2 balls, or no balls and 2 strikes.
Definitely the kind of guy that shakes your hand and looks you in the eye.
Yeah. Zellers throws hard enough and has got a good enough changeup that you got to be aware of it. Runners go. Throw to second base. Try to get the backside runner. Both runners are safe. That'll be a stolen base for Willard and a stolen base for Richards. I think that may be number 16 for Richards. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Clarkson.
Yeah, the secret stat that you don't think about when people get stolen bases is they were on base.
Yeah.
I mean, they're getting on base. They're whether it's through walks, whether it's through base hits, they're finding a way.
1-2 pitch to Clarkson is swung on and missed. That'll end the inning. Forest just do not score. And we'll go to the top of the 5th inning with Huntington ahead 3-1. I'm impressed with Zeller's stuff. I didn't realize he was a pitcher, but pretty good fastball, good changeup. I mean, he struck out Clarkson on 2 back-to-back changeups that Clarkson just kind of waved at.
Yeah.
So
So we got a pretty decent crowd here today. Still see a lot of blankets and stocking caps and winter coats, but the sun's poking through on certain sections of the bleachers. But I think we have senior day for our softball team as well today. I think they're at home as well.
It's not even April and that's senior day already.
That doesn't seem right.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, these guys are playing conference games in February now. Wasn't that many years ago when we had J-term here that you weren't playing conference until after spring break, and that would have been about now.
And you didn't start playing until spring break was over.
Yeah.
We used to open our season on spring break, but
instead of a spring break trip, you got teams now over weekends going to Alabama, going down to Georgia, finding some warmer weather games. It's still not balmy yet down in those areas. But
Steve Dreyer leaves off the top of the fifth for St. Francis. Dreyer at second base today takes another ball for a strike. I would venture to say, based on what I hear, that St. Francis is not happy with the gentleman behind the plate. There's a 0-2 pitch hit to shortstop. Fowler Flores comes, fields it, throws to first.
Well, I will say that
and that'll be the first out of the inning.
He did just give a strike call to a ball that's been going for balls for the last 2 innings. I do enjoy complaining about umpires and officials, but they don't have to do this. Nobody's getting rich from umping NAI baseball games and basketball games.
Yeah, you're right.
And they do it because they love the game.
That brings up Gabe Blanchard. Blanchard, shortstop, had a bunt single his first time up and put runners at first and second and nobody out. The Cougars ended up scoring a run in that inning. So makes the score 3-1 here at Forest Glen. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball way up high.
Tell you what, once he looks up at Grant doesn't give him much time to settle in.
Grant gets the ball and throws it, which is something you'd love if you're an infielder. You want the pitcher working fast because that means I could get a ground ball here at any moment. And there's a ball Kiefer thought was strike 3. Nope, it's a ball. Kiefer's ready to throw the ball around the infield. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That ball's in the turf. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Once again, a situation, Josh, where you got to make this guy hit. The number 9 hitter. He's got to hit.
Oh, yeah.
There's really nice pitch inside fastball. Swung on and missed. That's the second out of the inning.
That's the poise of Grant. He's just got a lot of composure on the mound. He was frustrated not getting that 3rd strike call a moment ago, and you could tell he just kind of settled in, put the ball where it would be very difficult to hit.
This is the leadoff man, Belchner, that is up. Jack is 0 for 2, struck out and then hit into a fielder's choice this last time. Fouls a pitch down the right field line and then takes strike 2. So the count is quickly 0-2.
Another Fort Wayne product.
Yep. There's a pitch fouled straight back. Yeah, we recruited Simmons, Colin, and Pappenbrock all in the same year. And so there's a pitch that's fouled off weakly to the backstop. Beltzner's doing a good job staying alive, just fouling off pitches.
Another big kid for being a freshman. Wow, 6'3".
Pitch swung on and fouled back off the netting again.
He's finding the ball. He's putting a bat on it for foul balls, but it looks like he's seeing it well.
Yep. There's a good pitch by Simmons that Beltzner fouls off. You know, Pappenbrock and Collin are both having good seasons at where they're at.
Where'd they end up going?
Collins at Purdue, and that ball hit his foot, I thought. I guess not. Huh. Little dribbler to third base that stays fair. Reinhardt's would have been better served just to let that ball roll because it might have rolled foul. He was not going to have any play at first base. So that would be a base hit for Beltzner, and that brings up Lichtensteiger, who had a base hit his last time up and drove in the St. Francis run. There's a ball hit weakly to shortstop. Throw to first. That's the third out. Look, Simmons got in on him, got in on his hands, and Lichtensteiger hit a weak little pop ground ball, if I can describe it that way, to shortstop. And so no runs here in the fifth. We go to the bottom of the fifth with Huntington still ahead 3-1.
Definitely not getting the offense that we got in game 2. Defense has been solid. Pitching's been great. Pitching on both sides of the ball, or both sides has been solid.
So Simmons has went 5. I don't know what his pitch total is at this point. My partner, Preston Husband, always has that information up and lets me know.
So is that just your passive-aggressive dig that I'm just not as good as the guy you usually have sitting over here?
No, I didn't even think about that. It was a passive-aggressive dig at myself because I don't even know how to set that up to look at it. He's got his laptop up here looking at it, and I'm like, how do you do that?
Well, you got a
And
couple.
Mr. Bass Pro Shop back here is laughing at me when I say that. So.
Got a couple of fossils on Mike today.
Well, we're going to give Heath a shot here in an inning or so, Josh, if that's okay.
That's fine with me.
So maybe after this half inning, we'll get Heath on there for the 6th inning.
I did put the challenge out there. I did say if you could find someone who knows less about baseball than me, put him on.
And that would be Heath, no doubt.
You got
No
him.
doubt. Okay, Zach Pelletier leading off here in the bottom of the 5th for Huntington. Pelletier has walked and struck out.
Woo.
That ball hits him.
As soon as I get off and put Heath on, I'm going to go on the chat, say a bunch of awful things about him. It shouldn't be hard. I'll just say the truth.
You know, Pelletier's another guy that I just get the sense he's not having the kind of year that he hoped that he would have. He's still solid, but I think the Foresters will try to get him going a little bit. Bring up Reinhardt's to the plate. Reinhardt's has struck out and had a base hit. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. There's a breaking ball for a strike.
Doesn't love that call.
So quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Reinhardt's. There's called strike 3 on a breaking ball.
I always loved that big, giant tree in center field, watching that thing come in.
Oh, yeah.
Over the years. Didn't they plant that your freshman year?
Yeah, yeah. That brings up Owen Immel to the plate. Immel is 1 for 2 on the day. Hit a hard line drive to left field his first time up, was out, and then had a base hit his last time up. There's a ball hit really hard to left center field. Center fielder's over, makes a nice play, battle in the sun, and that's 2 outs.
Mike, could you have ever dreamed that Forest Glen would look like this when you came here back in the late 70s?
No. Well, back then, the right field fence was a snow fence. It was a red picket snow fence, and the backstop didn't go all the way to the dugouts. So there's a gap about 20 feet on either side between the dugouts and the backstop. No press box.
Don't put your lawn chairs there.
Yeah. Where the people that did, but yeah, the only way down there was the incline back here.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, there was no sidewalk down here.
I remember
you had to
that
come down
because
the incline or
Coach Harding would make us run it.
or come down the steps. So
those steps were, man, there were a whole bunch of steps. Be nice to put those back in, but it sounds like it's pretty expensive.
Yeah, it's about a $50,000 bill.
Oh, I didn't know that. I can make that happen.
Yeah. Well, the tennis courts, they used to play tennis down here.
I know.
And, yeah. It's changed a lot over the years. Johnny Ankenbrock up now. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. There's a ball fouled off.
That pitch had some zip on it.
So Ankenbrock trying to get on base so that Flores will have a shot with 2 outs. There's a fastball, swung on and missed. So that's the 3rd out of the inning. Huntington leaves the leadoff man at first base and does not score. They'll go to the top of the 6th inning with the score Huntington 3, St. Francis 1.
Looks like we got 98 viewers, which probably takes us into the over 100 folks by the time you have multiple people per screen. That's been
Let's switch up here for an inning or so.
all right
with Heath. Don't go away. I want to get you back here.
I'll tell you, I will. If things start to change and the complexion of the game changes, we'll know that it's Heath.
It's Heath's fault.
And
that's right.
I won't sub out. I'll just change position.
Okay.
That way I can come back in
Sounds
as
good.
necessary.
Sounds good. We're going to bring in Heath Frame here to help us through a couple innings down here at Forest Glen. We'll see what he has to say.
It's the moment everybody's been waiting for.
That's right. Everybody's.
I've only begged for 5 years to do this.
You have, I know, and I'm still scared to death that you're on the headset. So
something I'm noticing that's new is this pitching clock. Is that just this year?
yeah, just this year. Yeah.
What's the rules on that?
You got 3 minutes in between innings.
Okay.
And then you have 20 seconds in between pitches.
And if it goes to 0, it's a ball or a walk?
Depends on who they think is at fault. They think the hitter is not getting in the box, it's a strike.
And the clock starts as soon as he gets into the box?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a challenge?
No.
No.
No challenge.
I heard that was coming, though.
I don't know whether it is or
Pat
not.
said it was coming.
First pitch to leadoff batter for St. Francis is a ball. There's a strike called.
I might not know a lot about baseball, but I know a lot about H.U. Forester baseball.
Oh, okay.
So, somewhat of an expert.
There's a fastball fouled away. This is the DH Cole Kentz, who's 0 for 2. Reached on an error by the second baseman and hit a line drive to left field his last time up. Here's a ground ball to short, fielded on a short hop by Flores on the run, makes a running throw to first base, and that's the first out. That's a nice play.
How much faster do you think ground balls are in turf versus field?
Well, it depends on how hard they make the turf. Because the more fill that you put in, the softer the field is, the less or the softer the ball goes through the infield.
How hard would you think our turf is?
I think we're at about a medium level. So this brings up Orabello, first baseman. Orabello has hit 2 pop-ups in the infield to shortstop. So he's 0 for 2 on the day. Yeah, we played down at in Cincinnati. We played at the field down there, and it's an all-turf field. It's a stadium, but they put the turf in, and then they haven't done anything with it for a while, and it was hard as a rock.
And the fill is just the rubber they put in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the tires that they put in. They put a combination of tires and sand in. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Orabello. 2-2 pitch is up high. Count goes to 3-2. Still no activity down in the Foresters bullpen.
Another thing you're going to have to explain to me is these shifts. Why is the shortstop playing above second base?
Because based on their charts that they have, there's what they call spray charts. When he hits the ball in the infield, he pulls it a lot.
Okay.
So that's why they're basically playing him to pull in the infield, even though, interestingly enough, the outfield's playing straight up.
Yeah.
So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch is popped up, out of play. So Orabello hanging tough. Now, as most teams do, Heath, or I shouldn't say most, a lot of teams in this situation with 2 strikes, they bring their left fielder in a little bit, thinking that he's not going to have the ability to drive the ball over the left fielder's head.
Only on 2 strikes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 3-2 pitch. That ball is hit high and deep to right field, and that one's not coming back. Oh, it's off the fence.
Wow. That was weird.
Yeah, Ankenbrock lost that ball in the sun. I don't know that he makes a play. Do you think that ball hit off the fence?
It looked like it hit off the fence.
Oh, okay.
The outfielders have the hardest time with sun, it seems like.
Yeah, especially on a day like this.
Yeah. But out of all the HU teams, this is one of the most exciting I've ever seen.
So that'll go down as a double for Orabello. Brings up the catcher, Jordan Davis. Orabello at second base with 1 out. I thought that ball was gone.
I did too. It seemed like he reacted so late after it hit the fence.
First pitch to Davis is a called strike. Yeah, I saw that, but I still thought the ball was going to go over the fence.
If there was any wind, it would have been a home run.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there's not much wind right now. Here's the 1-strike pitch to Davis. Swung on and missed, strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Jordan Davis, the Cougars catcher. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Last time up, he hit a ground ball back through the middle that Simmons made a very nice play on and threw him out at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Davis. Pitch low and outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Someone warming up in the bullpen out there?
There's a ball hit down the left field line. That's going to drive in a run. So the Cougars jump back to within a run at 3-2, and they have the tying run at second with one out. Davis hits a line drive down the left field line.
Is that a pitcher in the bullpen getting ready?
I don't see anybody throwing yet.
Man, that bullpen's nice out there.
A.J. Patton running for Davis at second base. Brings up Owen Zimmerman, who's 0 for 2, ground ball to second, and hit a kind of a looping line drive to second base his last time up. There's a fastball down low from Simmons. Well, I don't think 3 runs is going to win this game,
No,
gentlemen.
I don't think so.
So
Looks like someone's getting ready in the bullpen now.
there's a bunt attempt, fouled straight back. That'll take the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, there's some activity down there now. I'm not sure who that is.
Looks like number 12.
It wouldn't be number 12. That's Cam Clarkson. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Zimmerman. There's a line drive into left field. Base hit. They'll hold the runner at third base. And St. Francis has runners at first and second and 1 out. So 3 straight base hits for the Cougars. A double to left field that was lost in the sun. And then back-to-back singles that drive in a run and put runners at first and third with only 1 out. Mike Motka goes to the mound to have a conversation with Simmons.
You think a lot of times they walk out there just to give more time for the bullpen?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you walk out there to give more time, and you basically stand out there until the umpire comes out.
Which is usually, what, a minute?
It depends on the umpire. I'm surprised that the umpire's not out there right now.
And that was always an advantage to you because you'd walk out there so slow.
That's what you do. You walk out slow, or sometimes you take your hat off to an infielder, and that means go stand on the mound and talk to him and stay there till the umpire comes out. Sometimes you go to the mound and you wait for the umpire to come out because you really would like to give him your opinion of the strike zone. And sometimes that happens. Runner first goes. It's a stolen base. Brings up Peyton Fulton with runners at second and third and 1 out. First pitch is up high. Pitch taken for strike 1. I would say if Huntington can get out of this with the score tied, they'll be happy with that. The fastball up high. Count goes to 2-1.
Looks like the wind's picking up, too.
And blowing straight out, isn't it? Here's the 2-1 pitch. The ball's down low, 3-1. So, unfortunately, Huntington's going from bad to worse here. We're getting behind hitters at the bottom of the order, having to throw pitches that they can handle. And now we're 3-1 to the number 8 hitter. Number 7 hitter. There's a ball inside, ball 4. So the bases are loaded and only 1 out.
They play so well, and then it seems like there's just 1 inning of certain games that they just break down.
That brings up the second baseman, Steve Dreyer. Time is called. Dad's going to the mound. I think he has to make a change.
Why does he have to?
Because this is the second trip in the inning.
I see.
You have to take him out.
For that reason, they don't want coaches to stall for the bullpen.
Yeah. So Simmons goes 1 out in the 6th inning, and they're going to make a change here. Huntington is. Bases loaded, 1 out. St. Francis has their number 8 hitter up. So we'll see how Huntington plays this, if they play back for a double play or what they're going to do.
So out of all the HU teams, where are you ranking this team historically?
Let me this is Aiden Mashinsky on the mound for the Foresters.
A senior?
He's a freshman.
Aiden Leginski says senior right here.
This is St. Francis's.
Oh.
Yeah, things were going well until we made a change here, Josh. And
Yeah, I guess it's all my fault, isn't it?
Heath on the mic.
Baseball players are so superstitious.
Mashinsky came in and threw an inning on Thursday, and for the most part has had a really good year as a freshman. Good things ahead for him. I think Huntington's probably trying to stay away from a big inning here, Heath. Thinking that they still have 4 at-bats left
Yeah.
to do something.
Anything's better than the 5th inning of the first game.
Yeah.
Where you almost lost it.
Yeah, that was hard to take. So once again, Steve Dryer's at the plate, Cougars' second baseman. First pitch is a ball. Not sure where that pitch was, but it's a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch is high and inside. Ball 2, nowhere to put him. So unfortunately, they're going to have to challenge him here at some point.
Now, can he step off any time and the clock resets?
No, can only do it once. Shinsky steps off. He comes set with a 2-0 pitch. That's a ball. Throw to first base. Runner's back easily. So 3 balls and no strikes on the hitter. And the Foresters are in danger of walking in the tying run. Assume he's taking 3.
Gosh.
Where is that?
Not even close.
No, I
He
mean.
looked way outside.
Oh, okay. So that's ball 4. So Aston Tuttle coming in as a pinch hitter for Gabe Blanchard. Score is tied. Huntington has walked in a run. Still the bases loaded and 1 out.
That looked good.
There's another pitch that's a ball. Pitch that's fouled off. I honestly don't know where the strike zone is for either team.
It seems like that's been a pattern between umpires this year.
I don't know. I don't have the best angle, but just there's a pitch that's on the inside corner for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. to Tuttle, pinch hitting for Gabe Blanchard here in the top of the 6th inning. There's a ball that goes to third base, hard hit, booted by the third baseman. So St. Francis jumps in front 4-3. That's a double play ball.
Yeah.
That's hit hard enough that that's a double play. So St. Francis is still with the bases loaded, and they're back to their leadoff man, Jake Belchner.
Seems like all our errors this season have happened at the worst time.
First pitch to Belchner is a ball inside. There's the ball. It's hit to right field. That's going to be deep enough to score a run. And so the Cougars go up 5-3 here in the top of the 6th inning. That's the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Aiden Lichtensteiger. Lichtensteiger is 1 for 3. So the Forcer's looking to get out of the inning and limit the damage, but they're going to have to get St. Francis' best hitter out. There's a fastball. That's a ball. Wyszynski comes set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's grounded sharply into the third base dugout. 1 ball on 1 strike. Still some time left to get in that dugout and score some runs, but they're going to have to shut this inning down here, I would think, pretty quickly. Came into the inning ahead 3-1, and now they're behind 5-3. There's a little bleeder in the left field. That's going to fall. That's going to score another run. Score is 6-3, St. Francis.
Why do you think we always seem to have innings like this?
Well, it's just the way the game is. I mean, I don't have any explanation for it. It seems like the inning got off to a bad start when we dropped the fly ball in right field. And then we have an error at third base on a hard hit ground ball. We make mistakes. And then so far we've not capitalized with runners on base and had hits. St. Francis pitching has been, to be honest with you, better than us at the plate. Here's Cole Kentz, who's 0 for 3 on the day. I mean, that was a good pitch that Wyszynski made to Lichtensteiger. Got in on him, but he just hit it off the end of the bat to where we weren't. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do about that. A 1-1 pitch that swung on and missed on a curveball down. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cole Kentz. I think we've got to get these signs in a little quicker because we're wasting too much time on the mound in between
the pitch
pitches.
sign?
Yeah. We're taking too much time. I don't know if it's getting the sign in or the pitcher getting the sign off his wristband. I don't know, but There's a curveball down low. Takes the count to 2-2. That's a little bit better. Here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a base hit to left field. St. Francis is going to score another run. Score is now 7-3. St. Francis. They've scored 6 runs here in the 6th inning.
I'm starting to think I'm bad luck.
I'm starting to think you are too.
Looks like we got another pitcher in the bullpen.
Yep. It'll bring up the first baseman, Kaysen Orabello, who's 1 for 3. Doubled his last time up.
When the catcher goes out there, talk to the pitcher, does that count as a
Yeah,
coach's?
you're only allowed 6 of those visits, and the home plate umpire is supposed to count them. So, because they're trying to speed up the game, because we have. There's a ball hit deep to center field, and that's caught by center fielder Jace Fowler. But the Foresters give up 6 runs here in the 6th inning, and St. Francis now ahead 7-3 as we go to the bottom of the 6th.
Oh, what a bad inning. 4 runs, 6 outs. They have been pretty good at doing the comebacks this year.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. 4 runs is a big deficit to come from behind on, and we've not had good at-bats against this guy. He's throwing a fastball, changeup. We're kind of waving at the changeup.
But this is the second time around where you said they start to pick up some cues.
We'll see.
I'm naturally optimistic, and you're naturally pessimistic.
Yeah, I
so
think you're right. I have to work at being optimistic.
I think you just need to hang around me more.
I get frustrated at bad baseball, and I always have. So,
if I need to, I'll become an assistant coach and relieve that bad baseball.
When you make mistakes, you deserve to get beat, and that's what Huntington's doing. And they put themselves in a position to be in the mix in terms of the league championship. I'm not saying they're going to win it, but they put themselves in the mix. But you can't play like this at home.
No.
And so
got 3 more series left: Mount Vernon, Spring Arbor, and Grace.
Yep, we haven't played Goshen yet.
Goshen too.
But we seem to have come out flat both Thursday and today. And
Especially
I never understood coming out flat when you play at home. I didn't understand that.
Especially when it's so nice on Thursday.
So Cade Flores will lead off here for the Foresters in the bottom of the 6th. Huntington trailing 7-3. First pitch is ball 1. Flores has walked and hit a ball hit a ball to first base. He takes ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. There's a fastball for a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Swung on and missed. Fastball up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The best thing about this game, if you're a Huntington fan, is it's a 9-inning game.
I thought they only play 1 9-inning game.
Yeah, the first game every day is 9 innings.
Gotcha.
So this is 9, and then the second game is a 7-inning game. There's a breaking ball in the turf for ball 3. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Cade Flores, leading off the 6th for Huntington. There's a fastball very, very high. Goes to the backstop. Cade goes to first base. So that's his second walk of the game. And that'll bring up Jace Fowler. Jace is 0 for 2 with the walk. Walked his first time up and then hit a line drive to center field, ball that he hit really well. And then he struck out his last time on a check swing. There's another check swing foul ball back to the backstop. Looks like St. Francis has got some activity down in their bullpen. No balls and 1 strike. The ball's in the dirt.
Dang it.
Flores was going to go to second. Stopped. The catcher ended up throwing to first. He had him kind of hung out, but he ended up throwing to first, and Cade was able to make it back.
Looked like he bobbled the ball.
Yeah, 1 ball and 1 strike to Fowler. There's a good cut. Ball's fouled straight back off the catcher mass. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Maybe it was off of the umpire's mask. So I see the catcher goes to the mound to give the umpire a chance to settle himself a little bit. One ball, 1 strike. That ball's in the dirt. Catcher throws to first again to try to get Fowler. Or Flores cannot do it. I get confused with
Yeah.
Flores and then Fowler.
And they both kind of look the same.
Yeah. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jace Fowler. There's a ball that's high and outside. Goes off the catcher's glove. You can tell the catcher's thinking about Flores at first base.
Flores is one of the better stealers on the Foresters.
He's second on the team in stolen bases. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That ball's high.
There you go.
Ball 4. So back-to-back walks for Huntington to lead off the bottom of the 6th. And here comes the coach for St. Francis. We'll see what he's going to do here. I think he's going to make a change. I see the umpire running towards the bullpen.
Wonder what the percentage is on scoring a run when they walk the first 2 batters.
The percentage would be pretty good with the first guy walking the first guy. You guys have a number on this guy? Can you see? Yeah. 11. So St. Francis bringing in number 11, Cameron Alford. He's 0-0 with a 12 ERA. Has pitched 8 innings, has struck out 6, and walked 14. So the Foresters might be better served here to be a little patient at the plate.
So at this point, both teams are pretty deep into their pitchers?
Yeah, I would say Huntington's not at this point. St. Francis might be. Once again, I just don't know what their staff is like.
Can you throw a reliever 2 times in a series?
Just depends. Yeah, you're allowed to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that normal or rare?
I would say doesn't happen a lot, but you kind of condition guys to be able to come back-to-back days. Huntington's closer, Dylan Nagel, has not thrown for about 10 days to 2 weeks. So I would imagine that we're gonna see him at some point today. Oh.
Probably this game.
Well, if they can get a lead, I don't know that he'll come in unless they can get a lead. So Cameron Alford, the new pitcher for St. Francis. St. Francis leading 7-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Foresters have the first 2 guys on in the inning via walks, and that'll bring up second baseman Owen Willard, who was struck out, grounded third, and walked. Say Owen is due here. Was 2 for 8 on Thursday, so
he's been due for a couple games now.
We're kind of ready for him to swing it if you're a Huntington fan. Next pitch, high and inside, ball 2, or ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch to Willard. That ball's hit down the left field line, and that's fair. That's rolling into the corner. Flores scores. Fowler stops at third base. Willard has a double. Foresters
Well, you called
now
it. He was
only
due.
trailing 7-4.
And it is the bottom of the 8th?
Bottom of the 6th.
6th. It's hard to see that scoreboard.
Yeah, I know it is. The sun, yeah. So Kiefer Wilson back up to hit. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Wilson is 1 for 1 with 2 walks. There's a breaking ball up high, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Wilson. Kind of a check swing strike. He was really fooled on that pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kiefer Wilson. There's a ball kind of tomahawked over the backstop. I'm not sure that was a strike, Heath. Look, it was kind of up and away, and so
he's just protecting the plate.
But he doesn't have 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kiefer Wilson. That ball's down, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cam Clarkson on deck.
So what is Dad responsible for watching during these moments?
He's watching the second baseman, or the guy at second base. Well, actually, in this situation, probably Jamar's watching the guy at second. Dad's watching the guy at third. But there's nobody really close in pickoff range at second base. They're not really holding the runner at all. 3-2 pitch on 3-2 pitch on Wilson.
That's
Check
a good call.
swing. They check the umpire. He says no swing. That's a good call. There was no swing there.
There are no good calls according to St. Francis.
Well, they're just a spirited fan base. They do a good job.
A lot of passion. You know, Cam really puts your big butts philosophy into play right
He
there.
does. So that loads the bases. Parker Richard running at first base for Kiefer Wilson. And that brings up Clarkson to the plate. And we're going to have time again. Looks like the coach is coming to the mound. Coach Butcher for St. Francis. And I don't know, is there a lefty thrown in the bullpen?
Looks like it.
Yeah, they're probably going to bring the lefty in to face Cam, my guess. I don't know. What do I know? I'm retired.
Yeah. You know a little bit less than I do.
A little bit less than you.
Looks like he's coming in.
Did your Tar Heels name a coach yet?
We're not going to talk about the Tar Heels today.
Really? I think we need to talk about him.
I think we need to get Dusty May.
Is he interested?
I doubt it.
I heard the guy at Arizona is interested.
And the Iowa State coach. Who's a defensive coach.
They got beat last night, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. 62-75.
So what's this number here, guys? This guy pitched the other day, I think.
How does Cam fare against left-handed pitchers?
It depends. Can you see a number on him here?
Almost. 10. Bryce Adams.
Yeah, that's it. So this is Bryce Adams coming in to throw. Bryce Adams threw the other day in the Thursday game. They used him in relief. He leads St. Francis in appearances. This will be his 12th appearance. Comes in with 2-2 with a 5.48 or 5.40 ERA. In 15 innings pitched, he has struck out 22, and he has walked 11. So bringing him in to get the left-hander Cam Clarkson out. So we'll see how Cam does in this at-bat. Nobody out. Foresters have the bases loaded. And their number 4 hitter up, Cam Clarkson, the DH.
Does seem like we have a lot of bad innings defensively, but we also have a lot of very good offensive innings.
Well, they're playing some guys out of position today. Reinhardt normally plays right field. He's playing third base today. And Ankenbrock normally plays left field when he plays in the outfield. And so
why are they switching?
They lost the third baseman for the year.
How?
He slid into home and was injured the other day. So
it's unfortunate.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Seems like they all wear oven mitts.
Josh Kessler sitting behind me asking if Thompson was wearing an oven mitt, and I do not remember. So first pitch to Clarkson is a breaking ball outside, ball 1.
It's a big moment for Cam.
Zach Pelletier on deck after Clarkson. There's a ball inside, almost hit him. 2 balls and no strikes. Now, I don't know what Cam's going to do here, but he seems to be a lot more comfortable with left-handers than he has been in the past. Now, he may strike out here, I don't know, but that's a perception that I have.
I'm thinking
there's a ball into turf. 3 balls and no strikes on Clarkson. So do you turn him loose here?
Oh, yeah. Every time.
Let him swing?
Yeah. Okay. Especially with the wind blowing out.
Here's a 3-0 pitch. That's a fastball in the outside corner for ball or for strike 1. Count goes to 3-1 on Cam Clarkson.
Nope.
Either that or he just didn't like the pitch, so he didn't swing. 3-1 pitch. That ball's fouled off down the left field line. So Davis does a good job of jumping back into the at-bat. Gets the count even at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Which is why I think you always let him loose on 3-0 counts.
So 3 balls and 2 strikes on the left-hander Cam Clarkson. Here's the pitch from Adams. That's a ground ball up the middle. That's a double play ball. Second baseman boots it. So he throws to first and gets the only out he can. That scores Richard from or Fowler from third base. Moves Willard to third base. Parker Richard goes to second. So 1 out in the inning. The Foresters have scored 2 runs. It's now 7-5. So the tying run is at second with 1 out. There's a line drive hit into center field. Willard will tag and score. So that's the second out of the inning. Pelletier drives in the 6th run for Huntington. So now they've crawled back within 7-6, scoring 3 runs here in the bottom of the 6th. So maybe Heath has not jinxed the Foresters in that way.
Seems to be even Stevens right now.
I don't know. Who's running music over there? Paco, figure it out. Here's Reinhardt's a ball down in the turf. Ball 1. Reinhardt's is 1 for 3, has a base hit, and is struck out twice. Adams comes set. High and outside. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to Huntington's talented third baseman, who's a freshman, Tanner Reinhardt's. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two 1 pitch swung on and fouled straight back. Count evens at 2-2.
Reinhardt looks like he gets bigger every time he gets up at the plate.
Yeah, he does. You're right. Two pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. Nope.
No?
I thought that was 2 strikes.
I thought so too. It's so hard to see the scoreboard.
Yeah, okay. That's right. The only pitch is the ball he fouled off.
That's right.
So, okay. My fault. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reinhardt's still in the box. So check swing on Reinhardt's. Richard steals third base. St. Francis thought they had strike 3, but the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Reinhardt strikes out to end the inning. But the Foresters get 3 runs and crawl back into this game and trail 7-6 going to the 7th inning. Once again, this is a 9-inning game, so still three innings left. And looks like there's a new pitcher coming into the game for Huntington.
Which would be who?
I don't know. Kind of running like it might be Gabe Hamrick. Yeah, I think that's who it is. Okay, back here in the top of the 7th inning, new pitcher for Huntington is right-hander Carter Wilkinson. And Carter will be facing Jordan Davis to lead off the inning for Davis is 1 for 3, had a double his last time up. First pitch is called, strike one. We've got Josh Kessler back on with us.
Sorry to disappoint the majority of the listening audience.
One strike pitch, that's strike two.
That is nice. Throwing with some confidence to start out.
Yeah. Needs to be a shutdown inning here.
Woke the bats up last inning. There we go. Good start.
Breaking ball swung on and missed for strike three. Bring up Owen Zimmerman. Zimmer's 1 for 3, had a base hit his last time up.
Man, he's
First pitch from Wilkinson.
he's bringing it.
Yeah, he's, as we described, he's coming out of the house throwing strikes. So
Oh, look at that. Well, it's just a fantastic day.
breaking ball.
Flags are blowing a little bit more in center field than they have been.
Breaking ball for a called strike two. So Wilkinson is up 0-2. There's a little dribbler hit foul on the first base side. Wilson grabs it so that it's called foul. And we'll come back and do the 0-2 pitch again here to Owen Zimmerman.
Hey, Mike, over the years, how much do you get from other coaches and teams? Do they love coming down, playing down here?
They say they do. Yeah, they say they do, which sometimes works to your disadvantage.
Yeah, you want them uncomfortable.
You don't really have a home field advantage. You know, people look forward to coming down here and playing.
That's what I always loved about the soccer field, the fact that it's got an east-west orientation and the wind is a factor and the light and the sun is a factor for some games. Other teams, and it's a little bit narrow and it's grass. And all of those things, when teams in the Crossroads have to come to Huntington, they hate it. They hate playing on it. But that's the opposite effect here. They love it, especially lefties.
Peyton Fulton up for his fourth at-bat. He's 0 for 2 with the walk. Zimmerman struck out looking on a breaking ball. The first pitch to Fulton is up high.
Seems like he's putting the ball where he intends to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's done a good job. I'm done trying to say the ball was outside or inside or up. Just it's a ball. There's a little pop up to second base.
Very nice.
That will end the inning. So the Cougars go out 1-2-3, which is what you want to do if you're Huntington. You want to have that shutdown inning that we've talked about. And now Adams will go back to the mound again. And we'll see if we've got some pinch hitters here in this inning. Some people pinch hitting for the left-handers that we have. Forster's still trailing 7-6. And got a couple lefties here at the bottom of the order. Looks like Braden Kaufman is swinging a bat.
They showed a lot of composure in that last at bat. I mean, things could have gone south for them after that tough inning, tough top of the sixth, bottom of the sixth. They just absolutely responded and pulled it right back in. Doable.
Yeah, you got 3 innings to go, and you're, behind a run. You'd like to think you have You have a shot at it. I was afraid that we were going to leave some runners on base after Clarkson grounded out with the bases loaded.
Yeah.
But so it looks like Kaufman is going to hit for Owen Emmel to lead off the inning. And then it'll be Ankenbrock and then Flores' spot, and somebody may be hitting in Flores' spot. I'm trying to look down to the dugout and see. That may be Dylan Luther that's got a bat down there in the dugout.
Did you say, did this pitcher throw on Thursday a little bit?
Yeah.
He's got a nice arm.
So Kaufman hitting in Emmel's spot. There's a fastball up high. This is Braden's first appearance. He's been under the weather here for a while. He comes in hitting 238. There's a fastball for a called strike. Evens the count at 1-1.
This pitcher's got some good size, too. What's he, 6'7", I think?
6'7", yeah.
Out of Noblesville, Indiana. I'm assuming growing up in Indiana, he definitely played some basketball.
Had to, yeah.
I wish more sports were dual sport athletes. I don't know that he was. I have to assume that he was, but I miss those days.
You know, you talk to any professional scout, they'll tell you kids need to be playing multiple sports. You know, these kids that specialize at a young age. There's a ball hit deep and high to left field, but not far enough. And the left fielder settles under it for the first out of the inning.
If for no other reason but the different sets of muscle groups that you work, that just,
yeah.
It's good for overall health. It's always funny, you know, growing up, you know, playing football in high school and soccer, then in college. You know, I hear all these people talking about, oh, they don't want their kids to play football because they'll get hurt. I never got hurt playing football. I was hurt all the time playing soccer. Concussions, torn ligaments. I mean, just everything.
Ankenbrock hits a pop-up in the infield that drops.
They're going to score that a hit?
Second baseman, I'm not, but second baseman battling the sun, which it's a tough sun. It's a tough sun here today. So Richards will come on for an official.
I mean, sometimes, as we saw with them in the top of the sixth, you just need a little help like that and wakes things up. That's unfortunate for the second baseman, but you saw it happen to our right fielder.
Yeah. Well, we made two mistakes, the ball on that and the ground ball to third, which is probably, if it's fielded right, it got a chance to be a double play.
Yeah, get us out of that inning.
We didn't get anything out of it. First pitch to Cade Flores is a breaking ball outside. Flores is 0 for 1. He has walked twice today.
So as far as pitching goes with the pitch clock, I noticed that in the last inning or two, that pitcher stepped off when he wasn't going to get his pitch thrown in time. How many times? I mean, and then it resets the clock. You can't do that every time. How often can you do that?
That I don't know. That's a good question. I think you can only do that once in an at-bat because the hitter can only ask for time once in an at-bat.
Yeah, I wondered about that, if it was one time per batter or one time per inning. I don't know.
3 balls and no strikes to Flores.
I'm sure someone in the comments knows.
I don't know. I'm not up to date on all those rules anymore. So there's a ball that's down, ball 4. So Flores walks on 4 pitches. That's his 3rd walk of the game. And now to bring up center fielder Jace Fowler. Fowler's walked twice, hit a line drive to center field, and struck out. Timeout. Looks like the St. Francis coach is going to the mound, so we'll take a break along with them. So back here at Forest Glen Park, Huntington's got the tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first with nobody out. 1 out, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. There's a ball high and inside, goes to the backstop. Both runners move up. Are we 1 out or no out?
I'm saying 1.
1, okay. I can't see that scoreboard. So 1 out.
Preston would have known.
Jace Fowler at the plate. But Preston's the GOAT, So
Already
St.
a
Francis
legend.
brings their infield in with Jace Fowler at the plate.
That was a hard one to lay off.
Fowler takes a pitch, the 1-0 pitch for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
We got to get something with 1 out, 2 runners in scoring position.
Next pitch to Fowler. That's taken
Wow.
fastball in the outside corner for strike 2.
That has been an inconsistent call all day. This time it was a strike.
1 ball and 2 strikes, so Fowler's got to protect the plate here. Got to be a goalie, nothing past you.
Not deep enough for. That's gonna.
Pop up in the infield. That's not going to get it done. So the Foresters cannot score a run with 1 out. So now we're 2 outs. Runners still at second and third. The infielders move back. And that'll be Owen Willard stepping to the plate. And at some point, Huntington has got to cash in all of these runners that they've had on base all day. We'll see if they can do it here. It's a ball in the dirt. Ball 1.
Ball in the turf.
Ball in the turf, yep. It's so hard to remember to say that.
I think it's one of those things where it's always going to be a ball in the dirt, regardless,
Yeah.
just because that's the terminology.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's a fastball outside, 2-0. Owen Willard at the plate. Owen is 1 for 3, had a double his last time up, drove in a run. It's good cut at a 2-0 pitch. Fouled it straight back. Takes the count to 2-1.
See, Owen was at Purdue Fort Wayne before he was here, so he's another one of the casualties joining us from a Division I program. It's good to have these guys.
There's a ball chopped to third base, foul. So Adams is 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning with no runs scored. Yeah, Owen's dad played for me on my first team here.
Oh, all right.
So I recruited Cade, his older brother, and I recruited Owen. They both went to Purdue Fort Wayne. And Owen was, I would say, he's one of the top 5 two-way players I ever saw in high school. Meaning, defensively at short and, on the mound. He was really special at both those places. And Forsters have used him a little bit on the mound, but not a lot. So
some guys are just competitors. Wherever they're at, they just want to compete.
Yeah.
Put me in a position to be able to play. There we go.
3-2 pitch. That hit him. I couldn't tell if that hit him or hit the bat. St. Francis is not complaining. So Willard goes to first base, and that will bring up Foresters catcher, Kiefer Wilson. We have time again. Looks like we're going to get another pitcher. We'll take a break here. Back here at Forest Glen Park, we got a couple changes. Right-hander Brock Bowser is on the mound for St. Francis. His second appearance this series, pitched on Thursday in relief. And also Aslan Nolan is now the new second baseman for the Cougars. So 2 outs, bases loaded. Bottom of the 7th, Foresters down 7-6. Kiefer Wilson at the plate. There's a breaking ball for a called strike 1. Good pitch. There's a ball to the backstop. That's going to tie it up. 7-7 now. The other runners move up to second and third.
That was
2-0 the count on Wilson.
Unfortunate for St. Francis, but definitely we were at risk of coming up with nothing to show for in that inning, and at least we got something now, and hopefully Kiefer can
2 balls and no strikes on Wilson. He's walked 3 times, had a hit his first time up. Here's the 1-0 pitch or 2-0 pitch, and that ball is hit into center field, can of corn, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. But the Foresters do tie it up. Probably could have and probably should have had more, but just couldn't get a big hit when it was needed. Bowser comes in, does a really good job for St. Francis. And
Little piece of history for you, Mike. You want to know where the term can of corn came from?
Yep, I know. I already know.
You do know? Mm-hmm. Very nice. Well, for those of you who don't know, they used to put the cans of corn on the top shelf at the general store. Get a little hook, pull it off top shelf, drop down, can of corn.
Catch it in your apron. Looks like this is still Wilkinson on the mound. Am I right? Looks
yeah,
like
no change.
So we go to the top of the 8th inning with the score tied 7-7. Foresters are up 3-1. St. Francis put a 6 spot up in the 6th inning. Foresters came back with 3 in the bottom of the inning, and then just tied it up here in the bottom of the 7th. So we'll see what the last 2 innings bring. Had a chance for more, just couldn't get a big hit out of Kiefer Wilson, who's really got big hits for the Foresters all year. So Aslan Nolan leads off here for St. Francis in the bottom or the top of the 8th inning. Nolan came in defensively in the last inning.
And kudos to
Steve
Aslan's
Dreyer.
parents. That's a fantastic name. Fantastic. Nod to C.S. Lewis. I'm assuming they're C.S. Lewis fans.
One pitch is a fastball that Nolan fouls straight back. So no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 pitch hit on a line, foul down the right field line. He was right on that. So had a good approach to it, let it get deep, hit the ball the other way. So that's a good swing.
Fortunately for us, it was a long strike.
Yep. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Once again, ball fouled over the first base dugout. So Wilkinson throwing him and Nolan fouling him off. Oh, 2 pitch. Whoa. Boy, Wilson wanted that. Started to throw it around, and it was a ball. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Nolan.
It might have been a strike an inning ago.
There's a ball hit into right field pretty deep. Right fielder going back, makes the catch in front of the track. That's Tyner Reinhardt's, who's moved from third base to right field. Braden Kaufman is playing shortstop. Gabe Flores moves to third base.
On another day, just a little bit of help from the wind. That's trouble.
Any fly ball hit in this series, I just think they're going to lose it in the sun. Both teams have, struggled with that. And there's a fastball for a strike. This is Gabe Blanchard. When people say, well, why don't you work on that? That is so hard to simulate.
Oh, yeah.
Outside.
All right, sun's in the right spot. Let's
we
all
used
go
to
out.
have a day like this, and we would take the pitching machine around, and I would tell the outfielders, tell me where it's the hardest to see coming out of the pitching machine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to work on glasses, using a glove for the sun, all those kind of things. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Blanchard.
Yeah, how do you
There's a strike
duplicate that,
taken.
really?
Well, you just have to be very, very intentional about setting up a drill, because you could be down here all fall and not get a ball in the sun. And so it's just something to work on. The called third strike to Blanchard on a breaking ball. So that's the second out of the inning. And it gets us back to the top of the order for center fielder Jack Belchner, who has 1 for 3 with a sack. First pitch to him is a strike. One strike pitch is fouled off. Wilkinson's done a good job, Josh. He's come in throwing strikes.
He has.
He's working with a good rhythm. And
now, do you want a guy like that in the bullpen, or do you want him competing for a regular guy?
This depends on what your starters are like. And Huntington's got good starters. But I remember when we had guys like Tracy Shaw, who was here a long time ago, Brian Kirschbaum. You know, if I got a lead late, I'm pretty confident that I got a shot to win.
Remember both those guys.
That's a ball.
I went to school with Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy threw that split finger fastball, and he was a ground ball waiting to happen. I can't imagine having him on turf where, you know, you're pretty sure what the bounce is going to be. 2-strike pitch. Once again, that's a ball. And, folks, I'm not going to tell you where the location is with a ball or strike because I honestly don't know where the strike zone is. So we'll just tell you if it's a ball or strike. And there's strike 3. So Belchner strikes out looking to end the inning. What a great job from Carter Wilkinson. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th here. And the Foresters will have 4, 5, 6 to hit in this inning. That will be Clarkson, Pelletier, and Tanner Reinhardt's. It looks like, from what I can see, that Braden Kaufman is in for Owen Emmel. I think Parker Richard might be in for Johnny Ankenbrock, and that moves Fowler to left field. But I'm not sure about that. So
looks like we have 115 viewers, and I will say that one of those 115 viewers is my daughter Maisie.
Maisie, birthday.
She is celebrating her.
How old is she? 16?
She's still 11.
Yeah. Okay.
She's 24.
Wow.
And she is due in about a month, less than that, for a little baby granddaughter for me.
Wow.
So I'm curious what that grandchild's going to do to me. You're a lot better human being since you started having grandchildren. So
every grandpa needs a granddaughter. I remember when I was in the hospital struggling to make it, and I just prayed each day, God, I just love to be able to see my granddaughter.
Oh yeah.
You know, hang around long enough to do that. And
God blessed me with 2 daughters, amazingly, and then my second daughter, younger daughter, with I'm giving me a granddaughter. It's going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to that in a couple of weeks. But yeah, everybody keeps telling me that grandparenting is the best, and I look forward to it. I mean, being a dad has been the greatest gift of my life. I can't imagine having a granddaughter, what that's going to do.
Here's Cam Clarkson leading off for Huntington. First pitch is high. Second pitch is in for a called strike.
I feel like Cam's due. I really do. I feel like he's had a couple of RBIs today. So he's produced.
There's a ground ball to shortstop. That's pretty routine. Throw to first out of the inning.
But what do I know?
Well, every time Cam comes up here at home, you think he's going to do something special. And obviously he's not going to do that every time.
Right.
But that brings up Zach Pelletier.
It's fun having players like that.
Pelletier has walked, struck out, hit by pitch, and hit a sacrifice fly his last time up. There's a ball that's in that hits him.
2 hit by
and
pitch
he'll go
today,
to first base.
That's tough. That's not that bad of a pitch.
No, it's not. So that is going to run for Pelletier with R.J. Anglin. Yep, Anglin has the glove on. So
He's going out to take out his roast in the first base oven.
that's right. So Reinhardt's is up. Reinhardt's is overly due. Has struck out 3 times and had a base hit 1 time up. Looks like Braden Kaufman is on deck, and he indeed went into the game in Owen Emmel's spot. There's a breaking ball away. You know what? Don't sleep on Anglin running.
Oh,
Anglin is a really good athlete. Bowser comes set. There's a fastball up and away, 2-0. There's a breaking ball for a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
came home for him on the last second there.
It's a fly ball down the right field line.
Should be safe from an
That's
out, but
That's foul territory over the fence.
Mike, do you think we spend more on baseballs here than any other park?
Oh, yeah. It has to be. Has to be.
Creeks on both baselines, or both.
Yeah.
It's just.
And lights. I mean, you hit a ball into these trees after dark, you're not going to find it. So
It's a little bit easier until the leaves come in, but
yeah. There goes Anglin. Ball is fouled back. I think he may have had that stolen. He got a really good jump. Reinhardt's got to swing, though. He's got to protect the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
back in the old days, soccer players would come down and shag balls.
Yep.
And baseball players would be ball boys during the soccer games. That was a fun trade-off.
There's a fastball up and away. Yeah. I went to Lori when I was assistant AD or associate AD and said, hey, why can't we help each other out? Women's basketball helps out volleyball. Volleyball helps out women's basketball. Soccer helps out women's soccer. You know, baseball, men's soccer, and men's basketball. We always. What was that? Huh. Trying to figure out why he threw to first. Back then, we always had a big track meet, and basketball would help out with that.
He's in. He is fast.
Reinhardt takes called third strike for the second out of the inning. That's his 4th strikeout of the day. So he's going past the golden sombrero. I don't know what you get for 4. So, and Owen Emmel is going to re-enter for Braden Kaufman.
I like these home unis. I like that number combo.
So Emmel walks. And that'll bring up Ankenbrock, who did not come out of the game. So Ankenbrock up with 2 outs, runners at first and second. Tie ball
inside.
game. 7-7 in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Need the Foresters to handle this so that I can make sure that we get our dinner plans with my daughter.
Ankenbrock swings and misses at a breaking ball down. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That 6th inning was the longest month of my life.
That's right. Runners going.
There we go.
There's a base hit to right field. Here comes Stinson. Here comes Anglin to score. And boy, that's a big hit for Johnny Ankenbrock. So happy for him. He's been scuffling a little bit at the plate, but continues to work hard and show up every day. And that's a big hit. So congratulations, young man. So the Foresters take the lead 8-7. They still have runner at third base. Ankenbrock at first. Cade Flores at the plate.
Runner in scoring position on third. Let's get a base hit. We'll score a run.
Let's do it. Ankenbrock can run a little bit too, so we'll have to see.
Likelihood they'll send him because of with the runner on third, because they probably won't try to make that throwdown, will they?
I don't know. I'm doubtful, but you never know.
People always forget about the chess game that's happening.
Owen Immel at third base. He goes from first to third. Ankenbrock at first. Thad given a sign. So we'll see what's going on here. Cade's got to wear that in the ear hole, doesn't he? I mean, he can get out of the way of that.
You got a helmet. Come on.
Cade swung on and missed. Good fastball. Bowser still on the mound for St. Francis. Ankenbrock going. They cut it off. So that answers your question, Josh.
With a yes.
They decided to run the second baseman in front and try to throw the runner out at the plate, which is what they did on Thursday that got Thompson hurt.
Oh.
So what's the count, guys? 2-1, thank you. 2 balls and 1 strike to Cade Flores. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's a fastball somewhere near the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That seemed a bit outside.
So here's the 2-2 pitch to Flores. Swung on and fouled off.
I will say I guess that would be in defense of this interesting strike zone that he's consistent for both teams. He's not.
Yeah.
Both coaches would have the same complaint.
Flores takes a called third strike. That will end the inning. Foresters jump in front 8-7. We'll go to the top of the 9th. And new pitcher coming in. And my guess is that's going to be Dylan Egel.
Got a little Johnny Cash happening here.
Oh, Johnny Cash. It's going to sound terrible. I know that the board's going to light up when I say this. Whoever told Johnny Cash he could sing?
People, that will be an unpopular take.
I like him,
yeah.
But I'm like, I'm not sure you can sing, but that's okay.
Oh, there have been a lot of artists out there that struggle vocally that have done well for themselves.
This is Dylan Egel into the game. Egel is 1-2 on the season with a 6.75 ERA. This is his 12th appearance. He has 6 saves. He struck out 5 and walked 5 in 12 innings pitched. And as I mentioned, he's not thrown for about 10 days, maybe longer than that. So we'll see how fresh he is here in this inning.
So he is the closer.
He's the closer. He's the guy that they've used in that role. So they've also used Willard in that role a little bit. But so now with Owen Immel back in the lineup, that means Reinhardt goes to third and Kaufman is out of the game. Moves Cade Flores back to second. Ankenbrock is in right field. So we'll see how this inning goes. Leading off for St. Francis is their third baseman, Aiden Lichtensteiger.
This is their guy. This is the one you want stepping up.
He's 2 for 4 on the day with a strikeout.
Representing the tying run.
First pitch, strike 1.
I feel like this is a big mental out. Get him.
Yeah, you certainly want to get the leadoff guy out. It's a big deal. Egel.
I don't know if you know this, Mike, but I got a real flair for the obvious.
I know. You don't have to tell me the incredibly obvious, just the obvious is okay. So Egel's 1-1 pitch is a ground ball fouled into the third base dugout.
I think I'm going to head real quick down to the dugout and let Coach Frame know that I've got dinner plans this evening. So make sure that we handle this right now.
I'm sure he'll want to know that. Yeah.
Maybe I'll just shoot him a
Here's
text.
the 1-2 pitch, and that hits him. Certainly not what you want to do. So that puts the tying run on. And that'll bring up Cole Kent's.
Just an opportunity for a double play here, Mike. That's all.
Yep. So Kent's is 1 for 4 on the day. Reached on an error his first time up and had a base hit his last time up. So
I always forget that 1 for 4 is good.
That's only 250. So.
Yeah. Anymore. It's not bad. How's that?
It's not. Well, I wouldn't say it's great for a DH. DH, you're wanting hits. So there's a fastball for a strike to Kent's. Count goes to 0-1. Tying run at first base. Egel turns and throws to first.
I think that he threw that harder to first than I can throw it at all.
There is a pinch runner at first. I didn't get his number. Somebody running for Lichtensteiger. Here's a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike.
So who you got on second game with you? Is it Joey Butts?
Joey Butts, yeah. I think Satchel might be here too. So there's a ground ball to third. Throw to second 1, throw to first. Safe.
It was just slow enough down the third base line that it
wasn't really a double play ball.
They made a good run at it though.
So that's 1 out now with Cole Kent's on base.
2 outs away from game 1. It finished.
So Egel comes set. Pitch is a called strike.
He throws with a lot of confidence in his first pitch.
He does. He does. 0-1 pitch is a line
There it is.
drive
Got
to
him.
third base,
Dave
throw to
got him.
first. He's out.
And
Double
that's the
play.
game, ladies and gentlemen. Well done.
That's the ball game. Boy, that's a great job. That's a great. Well, now we got umpires talking about this.
Let me pull it back up on.
Okay, he wants to. Coach at St. Francis wants the base umpire to ask the plate umpire if that's a called third strike. Huntington is shaking hands, and the umpires are still meeting at home plate, and they're talking about this way too long if you're a Forester fan. I think they're going to overturn this. And
What are they saying?
they're going to overturn it. I think he wasn't on the bag. I think that's what they're going to do.
I thought he got the tag. I thought that's he held up that it wasn't the force. I think that the way it played out, that yeah, you're right. This is
they're
not good.
They're going to overturn it.
Oh no, we're good. Game.
Yep, they overturned it. He's safe.
Oh, he's safe.
How in the world can you do that? How in the world can you do that?
Do they have replay?
Yeah, they do.
Because I think it was. I think he had him on a tag, not on the force out.
So it had to be the home plate umpire who overturned the call. And a guy that's that bad at knowing where the strike zone is, he could look down 90 feet and see whether he was on the base or not. This is the hardest thing for me when I do this job, is handling stuff like that. Okay. So Jordan Davis is up. This game is not over. Davis is 1 for 3 with a double. He also has a walk. First pitch by Eagle, swung on a miss. That's a good swing. Good swing, good aggressive swing. So 0-1 the count to Davis. The pitch that's down low, I'm guessing. Wish I had a monitor so I could see this a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking right at it, and I might be wrong, but I feel like correct. It wasn't
a base hit up the middle.
It wasn't a tag.
Fowler overruns it, allows the runner to go to third base. And there's no reason for that. There's no reason to play the ball off to your side. That guy is not going to go to third.
Got people texting me, letting me know that they've been able to scrutinize the film. And this person said, slowed it down. It's clear that Zach caught the ball and touched the bag with his left foot. So it's just adding fuel to my fire.
So that'll be a base hit to Jordan Davis to center field, and that'll be an error on the outfielder, Jace Fowler, to allow the runner to go to third, because he was not going to third until he saw Fowler misplayed the ball. So first and third here. Foresters thought they had this game won. Home plate umpire overturned the call, and yeah, we're more concerned about how many visits the coach has to the mound than what the strike zone is. Okay, I got to be quiet because I'm going to get out of hand here. So
need one out.
Yep.
It's a moot point.
So that'll bring up Owen Zimmerman, who's 1 for 4.
So if they do have replay, why wouldn't they go to the replay?
You'd have to ask Thad that. I don't know.
Does Thad have an opportunity to challenge it?
You'd have to ask Thad that. I don't know. First pitch to Zimmerman is high and outside. Ball 1. Here, Agel with the stretch. And the pitch to Zimmerman. That's a called strike. So people are saying they looked at it and he was out.
One person said it was pretty clear.
One person?
Yeah, slowed it down, zoomed it in.
So 1 ball, 1 strike to Zimmerman. There's a ball off the outside corner, ball 2.
Any thought to just not pitch it to him or walking him because that loads the bases?
No, because that puts the winning run at second base.
Gotcha.
So,
See,
yeah,
that's why I ask dumb questions.
There's strike 2 to Zimmerman. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here to the Cougars left fielder. Tying run at third, winning or go ahead run at first. There's a fastball that's fouled straight back.
I hope I get just as excited the second time we win this game.
Yeah. That's why I have gray hair, Josh, is dealing with that kind of stuff for 40 years.
Better gray than gone.
Yep.
That's
2-2 pitch.
Give it to him.
2-2 pitch outside. Now the runner at first is going to be going. So any ball hit in the gap or down the line, he's going to score. So obviously a pivotal point in the game. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off. And we will do it again.
Finish it up right here.
Agel comes set. The 3-2 pitch to Zimmerman. And that's ball 4. So he'll go to first base. The go-ahead run goes to second. And bases are loaded. It's a pinch hitter.
Number 19 we got. We don't have a 19 listed on the baseball roster.
Yeah, I don't know who this is. He's not listed on there.
Chant doesn't have it either because he said number 19.
Okay. Number 19 batting here with the bases loaded. First pitch from Agel is taken for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Ball in the dirt.
Got him.
Ball in the dirt. Cougars score a run to tie it up. Runners move to second and third. Nobody out, or 2 outs. And we got a tie game at 8-8 in a game that should have been over 20 minutes ago. I'm just sorry. The unplayed umpire missed it big time. Overturned a call that he's not got no business overturning, but he did. So the inning continued, and now it's 8-8. And St. Francis has a go-ahead run on third base and a runner at second base. It's a 2-1 pitch that's taken for a ball.
Yeah, they were all the way through the handshake line.
There's a ball hit deep to left field. And that's off the fence. That's going to score 2 runs. Guy's got a triple. He's not on the roster, but he's got a triple. So.
Got a pretty good idea why they pinch hit him.
Well. So St. Francis has scored 3 runs here in the top of the 9th, and they now lead 10-8. This is Ashlyn Nolan up to bat. Came in to play second base late in the game.
It's always frustrating when a umpire puts a stamp on the game. It should be.
I don't understand that. That's as egregious a call as I've ever seen. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Well, we'll see if Huntington can come from behind. So
I don't want to beat that horse to death, but I don't understand what precipitated that conversation. Who challenged it? What was
their coach challenged it.
And who did he make the appeal to? I don't know who.
He talked to the plate umpire, asked the plate umpire, and the plate umpire said his foot was not on the bag, I assume. I don't know how he sees that, Josh, because the ball is on the throw is on the right field side of the bag. He's got no way to see that. But hey, looks like that may lead to the Foresters getting beat in the first game.
We still had opportunities to finish the game.
We'll see.
It didn't put us behind. We still had an opportunity to get a final out and be done.
Yeah. I got to be quiet because otherwise I'm not going to handle this well.
This pitcher new, number one? Or has he been in?
He pitched on Thursday. Andrew Onegbu.
Probably Anuegbu.
Onegbu.
Apologize if we don't get it right, but
Yep.
we don't have pronunciation guides. Typically, they send those. Not seeing one doesn't mean they didn't send one. Just
we
means
don't.
they don't have
We don't have one on our roster. So. So the Foresters are 2 runs down here, going to the bottom of the ninth. Thought they had the game won. They were already through the handshake line on a double play at first base, with the base umpire called him out and appealed it to the home plate umpire. They talked for quite a while, and then they decided to overturn it, call him safe. And St. Francis came back and scored 3 runs to take a 10-8 lead. So that's where we are, folks. I'll let you draw your own conclusion to things, but so Huntington will have their leadoff man up, Chase Fowler. Jace is 0 for 2 with 2 walks. First pitch is fouled off over the third base dugout, out of play. Jace's job here is just to get on base. Got some guys up behind him that can do some damage, but his job is to get on base. There's a ground ball to second base, and he's thrown out a weak ground ball. First out of the inning, and that'll bring up Owen Willard.
Nice pay. Get one base runner here, and then
Willard is 1 for 3 on the day with a walk and got hit by a pitch his last time up. First pitch is a called strike. Next pitch is fouled off over the first base dugout, so no balls and 2 strikes on Owen Willard. The 0-2 pitch is down low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kiefer Wilson on deck. It's strike 3. So Willard strikes out. 2 outs in the inning.
Down to our final out here.
Yep.
Still got 2 good batters coming up.
So Wilson is 1 for 2 on the day with 3 walks. First pitch to Wilson is a strike. There's a ball hit deep into left center field.
Get. It's gone. Look at that.
That's a home run. Forcers are still down by 1, though.
Cue the music. All right.
So Wilson hits a home run to left field. That makes the score. That makes the score 10-9. And that brings up Cam Clarkson.
Fortunately, we got another batter who has that opportunity to do the same thing. One swing of the bat, and we got
Clarkson is 1 for 4 with a single.
nice thing is that
swung on and missed.
he's definitely a guy you want at the plate in situations like this. You can count on him. He wants to be there. He wants this opportunity.
So no balls and 1 strike here to Clarkson. There's another fastball thrown by him. So no balls and 2 strikes.
He's definitely thinking tie this game.
He needs to think contact. That's what he needs to think. So 0-2 pitch.
There we go.
There's a ball hit in left center field. Center fielder dives and catches it. And there you go. The Foresters lose.